fast checkers need to check on, because we know how many.
But what are some of the things that he said it did that
Number one,
past
he
and
said,
current regime did not do?
particularly, the former minister said that they used 2 million for roads rehabilitation in the country, road maintenance
Mhm.
across the country in the southeast and other areas, and the Unity Party allegedly used 22 million. So he also said and also during the COVID-19, they created more jobs. They created more jobs during the COVID-19, during the heat of the pandemic. They created more jobs, and they were able to reduce the prices of basic commodities in the country as compared to the current administration that is now battling any health crisis or any crisis. So he spoke a lot, but he said on Monday they will speak to the nation. The CDC will speak to the nation, and the CDC Youth League reaffirmed their commitment to support the man. That when he's going to court, they will be there. When he's going to jail, they will be there. Anywhere you're going, they will be there with him. James, your mark is mute. We are not getting you.
Yes, were they clear to say when he's going to jail?
Yeah, anywhere. It said anywhere, because they believe that the former minister has been falsely accused by this administration. So
But if a man was falsely accused, why should you even project jail?
obviously you can predict the outcome, but they say that anywhere the minister goes or anywhere the government takes the minister, they will definitely stand by their own. And also, you know that Chado Musu was also laid to rest today, finally, after 1 year, 7 months. A body finally was laid to rest today. And James, I also agreed with the CDC Secretary General when he said that if they are going to bury Chala Musu, there's a need to find a killer. You acquitted, Councillor Gloria Musu Scott and others. It means that the killer is still out there. It means that the killer is still out there. So there's a need to reopen the case and find the killer. So Charlotte justice, and
Are you saying Koji said the government should reopen the case?
of course he said that during the time the Supreme Court acquitted Councillor Gloria Moses Scott and three others. He called a press conference, and during that press conference, he asserted that there was a need that the government reopen the case, because if you are acquitting those who were to be the perpetrator of the crime, if you are acquitting them on the basis that they did not commit the crime, there was insufficient evidence, it means that the perpetrator is still out there walking here and there. So he said he's willing to still go like he did when he was city mayor, to go at the court when they call him. He's still willing, but he believes that burying the dead does not matter when they yet to find the person who killed Chado.
All right. That is it. We have a government and we have a system. We hope at the end of the day, the right things will be done. And I know the outcome of a autopsy. I know how the body becomes after autopsy. And never pray to God for a family member to, yeah, God forbid, for them to resort to that, because I attended an autopsy proceeding. Princess Cooper autopsy. I was a part of the media team that was invited to witness that autopsy, bro. At the end of the day, I had to leave. I could not withstand it. It's terrible. Never pray to God that a family member or a loved one would die and then you resort to an autopsy.
Wow.
it's it's a traumatic event to watch. Never pray for it. I attended it, and we reached certain point. I had to leave the hall, and the doctors were like, "Is this the good day Flomo that we know? Are you leaving?" I said, "No, I'm sorry, I can't leave, but I have to just take a strategic break and be right back." It's terrible, but again, that is it. And sometimes autopsy is needed in society regarding certain deaths when they occur, in order to know who are responsible or who is responsible for the person's death. That's why we have to go through autopsy. But if you have ever witnessed an autopsy proceeding, you know what I'm talking about. I will not go further into that. So that is it about. Before we open the phone lines for Liberians to speak their minds, what are the people saying back home regarding the president's visit to the United Nations General Assembly in America?
But James, obviously, there will be two arguments. One will be against the president, what he said there, and obviously the other people will be hailing the president, and that is it. The opposition community will not agree with what the president, some of the things the president said. In fact, the entire speech the president said, and those who are in the ruling position now, definitely they're going to hail the president for delivering the message on behalf of the country. Those are some of the discussions ongoing. The president spoke about Liberia, the sub-region will not be used as a place for proxy war. And some of those opposition believe that the president should not be saying that thing. They've been saying it. And that is it. You know, people will criticize the president and people will celebrate the president for making a case of Liberia, especially when you are looking through the lenses from the opposition community or from the ruling position community, you know. Yeah. But the ordinary Liberians are concerned about what's happening back home,
What are they saying?
what benefits Liberia will accrue from this entire United Nations thing
Oh,
and the
someone is asking
recent
whether the show
travel.
is live on YouTube. Yes, it's currently live on YouTube. Go on YouTube, you're gonna get it. We are currently live on YouTube. Yeah, Chukun, go ahead.
Yeah, so those are the ordinary Liberians are concerned about, some of the things, some of the travels the president is making in recent times, how the president can be able to leverage some of those opportunities for the interest of the
We are
ordinary
live
people
on YouTube.
who are,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just telling our YouTube subscribers that we are currently live there. Go ahead.
yeah, people who are at the bottom of the pie to get things doing. The concern is creation of jobs and all of that, you know. But James, the country now, job creation is key. So when Liberians, when the people hear that the president travels, they want to see. Some people can be asking how much he bringing back to the country. Like though when you travel, they can put money in bag and give it to
All right, Chukun. Yes, there should be
you back.
money in bags and ships coming back home through bilateral discussions. through organizational meetings and so forth. Yeah, there should be. And just
Oh,
before we
but
go to
your own case, James. Let me just weigh in. Your own case is bilateral and all that. Bilateral is diplomatic. You have to go through the proper channel. The people talking about when the president can have money, when you getting down with the suitcases, that money be sitting down. They talking about bilateral. The
yeah, but you
MOU
got the
that
money there
signed
now, the
between China,
discussions.
the Chinese delegation, according to the information ministry, they arrived in the country recently. They are already in country. They are doing the final assessment for the overhead passes in Congo Town and portion of
So,
our,
the dream of President George Manawia is about to come to life.
which is a good thing, is in the interest of
Yeah,
the
I
country.
love that is why we call government the way we call it continuity. We should have administrations that will come and continue where previous administrations stop, instead of bringing politics into it. Right? I love that step taken by the current administration. We don't want people who will come and say, I. At least you can go back to people who were there before you. Some of the projects they started, you can continue from where they stopped and end the project and undertake your project. Future leaders will also come, and when they get in, they themselves too will do what you did. But before we go to the phone lines, let me also just update the Liberian people. The Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives arrived in the United States today. He's currently in Chogon, you have to come back. He's currently in America. He arrived there along with his delegates, and we hope that he will return too with some good news that we will like. And we await to get good news about. So this person is telling me the YouTube is not on. I'm telling you the YouTube is on. Then you telling me it's not on. This is the YouTube page. This is it. Spoon Talk Live. Spoon Talk Live right here.
The YouTube is on.
Yeah, it's live. Okay, let me put. Choco, go ahead. Let me get the link of the YouTube and post it right here. The YouTube is currently live. There where I'm watching from. So, Chukwu, I think we can go to the phone lines. Let the Liberian people speak their mind, what's on their mind, while we await the team to arrive. And while you're doing that, because our people who are on YouTube keep saying that it is not live, I will also drop the link. But let the Liberian people speak their mind in the meantime.
Okay, welcome. If you are just joining us, today is September 28, 2024. And the Spoon Talk, today's edition is currently on. Share the show, invite someone to sit with you to listen. Tonight gonna be quite interesting, gonna be dramatic. So, but you can get your calls coming in on 0777 or 0555 to be live here. Let me get this person here from this end. Good evening and welcome to the radio.
Yeah, this was
Just
hello.
oh no, we can continue with you. We can continue with you. Can do that. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Chokon.
Good evening.
Yeah, Chokon, thank you so much for the topic this afternoon. My name is George Mobile from GSA Rules. Most of our country discusses. I appreciate you. My concern, our President Boaka, please, who voted for you, who love you so much. I, George Mobile from GSA Rules, Family Health Movement, who supported you. For the people, I want to support your government. We want to say, oh, that your rescue mission, please, when you come, take action on them. Because some of all we hear rumor all around the other people that this about will beg you, President Baka, will vote for you, will honor the ring, will honor the song for you. Say you're coming to day for the Liberian people. But will beg you, President Baka, that people respect you and what you've been supporting the judge, all the people then. So I know you can do everything. You want to do everything because it's not easy to become mother or father in a home. But
Okay.
please, take action on the people you select them to see, to guide them. If they do the start, yeah, the very thing happen. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
take action against those who are
Hello?
misbehaving. Hello, good evening, welcome.
Yeah, I'm sending radio from Member Town area. I call in regards to say this thing here. When traveling is going on and the people here they're not getting paid. So what's going on in this country? When one group come, one group go. So what happened? What don't we get our pay? Domestic debt are not paying.
Okay.
Yeah. What happening?
Okay, I
So
guess.
that's not concerned.
Okay, thank you so much. We take this other person here. Good evening, welcome. Okay, so we have to move over to this line. Let me take this one. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Your
Kevin
name and
calling
what?
from Congo Town.
Kevin, go ahead.
My concern here is that last night here from Sunday that
You have to lower your receiver. Oh.
They said Nathaniel Maggie will be walk out free without judging it. So we mean anything that people like this so long in Nigeria, the men will just take it and walk free out in Nigeria now.
Okay, thank you. You gotta move away from your radio. This thing that we don't talk it, we tired talking a one thing over and again. Hello, good evening. Let me take this person. Good evening, welcome.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, my brother.
Let's hear you. Welcome to the show.
Calling from for the Congo Town. My name is Daniel P.
Mr. P.
Yes, I just
How
want
you
to.
doing? It's been a while.
Yes, I just want to speak to our president.
Quick.
When he comes back, let every government officials declare the access.
Oh, but they've been doing it, oh, my man.
No, well, everyone of them should declare the access.
I mean, I had a law say. Not because you're hearing corruption, people should declare.
Yeah, but that is opening the way of corruption. So by right, when your president, your leader declare his access and publish it, he as well should declare access and publish it. You see what happening all around now?
Okay, P.
People corrupting the system. So these are the causes.
All right, thank you, P. We have to take this person. Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, Trogan, from my end. This is Hotel George from Minnesota. You know, Trogan, actually, my own concern is that persecuting people or dismissing people from the government is not all to it. These guys who continue to still need to be arrested, and then once they are found guilty, they pay back every cent and be placed behind bar. I mean, too much is too much. So, in other words, that you have the hospital, don't have medicine, you have the schools, don't have the kind of material that the student need to, and then people just talking about stealing millions of dollars. The only thing you can hear coming from all of that country now is that the other person stole $1 billion, other person stole $1 billion. I mean, enough is enough. And Joseph Boyega, if he know he's not able to govern our country, let him resign today. Today he must resign if he don't govern the country.
Okay. And thank you so much. Restitution for him. If you steal, they catch you, put you in jail, and pay the money back. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Just welcome.
Hello?
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, this is the voice of William S. Hines, and I'm forming from Cowell, New Jersey, North, member of the JB and JKK Youth Alliance. There are two things on my mind quickly, Nelson. The first one has to do with the national disaster stuff. There are a lot of homes that the flood is too much this year. We have the chair people side. The flood is not easy. Across the track, New Jersey side, and we haven't flood the disaster team to come around. We've been calling them about a week. And the second issue has to do with the reform issue. The president is away, and there are a lot of things happening. Hassan Kazulo having taken office. Ami Moda is driving a $150,000 car, which of course is wrong. And Ronald Ginn is admitting to 22 million, apologizing to the Liberian people. That is also wrong. So the president should take action on all of these three situations going.
Okay. Hello, good evening. No, we can't take you. You gotta stop that. Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome. You are live. Welcome to the show this evening.
All right, thank you. My name is Josiah Smoke calling from the Congo Town, the Oro Belt.
Small welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
They should be drawn to DSP issue in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Senior Freeman from Taylor days, I said to be corrected. He went for the DSTV program. He brought it into Liberia, the Taylor regime. Since he brought it, he has operated almost close to 22 years or 22 years now. DSTV, you check there. I stand to be corrected. You will not find one Liberian program on DSTV, but they'll say DSTV Liberia. Second, bring our program. Second, will bring games and what have you. The DSTV says, look at the subscription of DSTV auto pressing $54, this kind of dollar, all kind of things. But the senior freeman was saying when he president, he know all the wrong, how government not doing the right thing. Please tell me, man, no, I will not get better and $5. You charge $54 for subscription, 20 whatsoever. You see no freeman are saying you never Liberian people. So the day you brought DSTV, one Liberian program on DSTV, but you call it DSTV Liberia. Okay. What the thing you preaching?
Okay, senior freeman, you gotta listen to that one. Hello, good evening, welcome. We have to take more people on the line. Good evening, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rogan. My name is Philip Woods. I'm calling from the state of Pennsylvania, to be precise, Philadelphia. I have two concerns.
Quickly.
One, yes, the first one is we need to build a capacity of Spoon TV or Spoon Network. I want to suggest to management to consider during the course of the Spoon Talk Show to have advertisement play so that the station can be able to make some money to sustain itself. Two, the government of Liberia keep crying they want foreign investors to come to the country. I agree. But we got a lot of jobs in Liberia that the government can create by making use of the public-private partnership environment that was created during the Unity Party regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. One, government is in a habit of just circumventing the money just among themselves. They need to build a capacity of the private sector by making sure that insurance, government can be the first customer to the insurance industry. If all government vehicles are insured, all the insurance companies in the country will get jobs, they will create jobs, then the citizens now can be able to respect and pay for insurance. But if government cannot say people must insure their cars, and their cars hitting people, killing people, and there's no insurance benefit. I want to call on the Insurance Association to muster the courage to meet with the government and all the university students that just graduated now. They need to go to the various lawmakers and petition them to make sure that insurance is being number one in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. We take this person. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello?
You are live. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, my man. Is
Call your name. Your name.
My name is Mohammed. Hello?
Yes, you are live. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I said my name is Emmanuel Guessing. What on my man right now? They're telling us who just putting their call on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I want for the government to see about them. That's what on my man this evening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We're still taking your calls here this evening. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Lower your receiver, please.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Jeremiah. I'm calling from Bongani, Sarah District.
Okay, Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, my concern have to do with our president. So we all voted for the president yet to be a positive change in this country and not never change. When it comes, then you take gradual action against the people to spoil. If you want to do it, there's no need to put in power to become president of this country. That's why we voted against citizen government.
Okay.
So
all right, thank you so much. Good evening and welcome.
Hello?
Good evening, welcome. Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling on the Oram, William Pangalo. What is on my mind is that he stood on the area to elect Baga. But we see that Baga is weak. Baga is weak. People are thinking every time it's listening to compromise. Compromise will not solve the real problem. It's too soft. It will not make us shame. Okay, that's what I get on my mind.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You are live. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Amos Molva.
Go ahead,
My
Amos.
Then my question has to do with the health sector.
Mm-hmm.
I really want President Walker to really institute the health sector.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the health sector, I'm saying that the health ministers need to put into the health matter concerning JFK. JFK, the nurses are JFK, they're not working. People are dying on a daily basis in numbers at the detriment of not showing concern to the patient. Well, I'm asking President Walker to please stop into that matter.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
Fine. Let's hear you.
Okay. My name is John Jisipo, and I'll call you from District 2, Somalia Drive.
Mm-hmm.
My concern has to do about this corruption people.
Who the
Come
people
and
now?
work out.
Who the corruption people?
The people who knew that name that they arrested the other day, I don't want to be calling full name.
Mm-hmm.
They took bond on them, property bond.
Mm-hmm.
I want the old man when he comes back, then the court will be open. Then he enforce the court, then he investigate the people.
Okay.
Two, the people that are presently in his government, in our government, in the Liberian Post government, that are involved in the small money stealing business.
Mm-hmm.
The old man should set up his party investigator into the party. So that when they investigated into the party and found guilty, they send them over to court with recommendation so they can be penalized. If he fails to do so, the future of Mr. Bokai, President Bokai, Uncle Bokai, I will be sorry. You will be only working, they said they will go after you
Okay.
and your children. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are soliciting the views of Liberians here, commenting on key national issues of the country. My name is Trukon Flama. I'm here, and our panelists, they're going to be joining us just in a moment. But before them, no time is incredible than this one we are giving you to share your views, comments, suggestions on those issues making rounds in the country. Plato said one of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by inferior people. No, you have to take part in the decision making of the country. Your voice matters a lot. Good evening. Welcome to Spoon Talk. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
You're live. Welcome.
Okay, this is Gloria from New Georgia. Thank you for the show. Yeah, my mind is drawn to the corruption in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like asking President Buasa to call former President Ria and former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Together, they can fight corruption in this country. I don't see the possibility of this government fighting corruption because we all know the saying that does he that comes with equity comes with cleanness.
Exactly.
There are a lot of things we are seeing that does not give them the audacity to do it. So he has to call these leaders to join him, wrap their hands around to fight corruption. I borrowed that from John Malou post. I was really interested in it when I saw it on his post. And I think I had to cry out loud with it this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking this evening, sharing your views with us. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Welcome. Hello, you are live. Welcome.
Well, so I beg you,
What you want to say?
I beg you, I said, one in my heart, I can't sit in there, I won't tell you.
What's happening?
But I don't want to call you. My children are in school. Begging you. Y'all please help me. School from on there. Y'all please help me. God will bless you. I widow. I beg. I can sleep in there for my children's school. I begging you.
Okay, I guess people are listening. People are listening and they are following. Let me see what
Yeah, the person that listen to me, I'm breaking your man children now in school are widow.
Okay.
My number is 0880-280-649.
All right. Just take your own time and call it one more time.
0880-280-649.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right. James, you okay. Let me
Continue
this.
getting calls until we get
Yeah.
the panelists coming on.
Welcome.
Let the Liberian people give their
Let's
views.
keep calling scrutiny.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, there are a lot of things we people been discussing that matter to the country, and it matter to the far matter of this government. But my attention has been drawn to the fishery
Please,
sector. We
please increase the
discussing
volume a bit.
90,000 for Abimuda, but then the fishery boss is using card that cost 138,000. Why are people not discussing some of these things? 138,000 is covered order does not have boss to commit them to work. But we're discussing 96,000 for Abimuda. 138,000 customer car. People not discussing that. Too many things is happening at the fishery sector more than some of the institutions are discussing. Nobody discussing anything like that. We are calling on the president to look to fisheries. She went the last time to the PSC committee. She admitted to everything that in the audit report. We're not discussing them.
All right.
Only Abimuda.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Oh,
Hello.
just move away from your radio.
Hello.
Hello, you are live. Welcome.
Yo, this is Imam D. Douglas calling from Bond County. Let me honestly to tell you guys, thank you for this wonderful program. My concern have been drawn to our president, His Excellency Joseph Imabaka. Somehow we have been hearing that this is the government who have worked for our country for so many years. And we now voted for this party to allow people to enrich themselves. I think the president, when he come back by the special grace of God, let him take immediate action on Minister Ami Mota. Because this is a man, he would not benefit anything from out of his administration. This man, he has a minister for this country as a cabinet minister. It's just a pain for us as a Liberian people. Okay. I think when the government comes, there's a few areas in his administration. Let him take immediate action on these people and dismiss and send it to court.
Okay, immediate actions should be taken against people in the administration who are not abiding by the order of the day. Hello, good evening, welcome. Let me take this person. Hello.
Hello.
You are live. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I get anything to say now. I want to with the CEO. I want help from him.
Okay. You will soon be on the line. Hello, good evening.
I'm sure you know him, sir. Calling from Setember.
Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah. The issue I have on my mind is, election that went on, we supported, President Barker, massively. So we really want, for him to do, the best for us.
Okay.
Because people are started complaining, and we, that are, standing out there, preaching, his message. People are also be like now. So we really want, for him to be, proactive.
All right, thank you. Hello, good evening. You are live. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from Broadville. My name is John Harold Freeman. My concern has to do with the justice. When the bank ever win corruption case in this country, is my concern.
Okay. Thank you so much. We take this person. Hello, good evening. Hello, you are live. Welcome. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, you are live. Welcome.
Yeah, Mark calling on the road. The problem in this country, I try to talk to the vice president, your mayor, to we are sit and talk with the old man because the old man, his time will be finishing. Because the old man, even he wrong, he will end up turning power over to Jeremiah. But if he said that he's not talking with that old man, those criminal cartel there, like I'm a mother then, the how they call the labor minister, those people then, he said up at them, he told the old man to always be about him. The Beno will be Beno will start tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much. CEO, welcome. Welcome. We still, let me take this person from this side. Maybe we'll take a couple of calls because people are joining us now. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, my name is William Bowie J. And I know I'm not a legal person. I know one time I said he was not either. But I got a question. Why wasn't Samuel Twer arrested and cuffed when he entered the country? Because this is the same Samuel Twer that did not turn out when he was summoned. And then they had the Interpol alert on him. So I'm not a legal expert, but is this telling us that our judicial system is weak? Because this man coming in like somebody who scored a final goal at a World Cup and he came triumphantly in the country.
Okay. Thank you. We'll take all of people. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Norman Fumble and I'm calling from New Hope, Minnesota. My attention is drawn to a couple of things and I'll try to be as quick as possible. Number one, the situation with Army Mother and the vehicle purchase. I think, and this is just my opinion, people disagree, but I think there is no there like we say in the United States. There's no corruption. There's efficient extradition. These people didn't do anything. So I think it was a lapse in judgment on the part of Army Mother. The money was allocated to purchase vehicles and not a vehicle, but instead he decided to do a vehicle. And so that led to all of this thing that's happening here. But let's leave that. Samuel Twer.
Quickly, you have to wrap up.
Yeah. This man he was indicted and he was out of the country, and because he didn't come back home when he was indicted, but instead he remained online spewing all kinds of things. He comes home, and then he's escorted to the court and post bail. The judge should have denied bail and let the man remain in custody because he stayed overseas.
Can you keep him on? I want to ask some questions. Can you keep him on?
Okay.
So I think that was a mistake on the part of the judicial system, but it's no secret that our judicial system is corrupt and compromised.
Thank you so much.
But keep him on. Keep the man on.
CEO, you mute.
I'm not muted.
I'm muted. We
are not getting you.
No, you're not getting me. So set your step.
Are you hearing me too?
You get it, James, now?
I can hear James. James can hear me.
Are you hearing me, Chukon?
Yeah. I think
why would see what you can hear?
No, I'm hearing you now. CEO, welcome.
Well, I tell you guys that this begin. He didn't like me. Y'all see that joke.
Why would not like you, boss?
No, I'm your boss, so. I wanted you to keep the other gentleman on that just called, but that's okay. He left already, so that's fine. So how you doing, Trokon? How are you?
I'm good. Our country is good,
So let's take more calls. Let's listen to the Liberian people. I mean, we'll be getting into the show. Let's take more calls.
Okay. Welcome. Let me take this person here. Good evening. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good evening. Thank you. My name is Jake Parker. I'm from Balance Keba.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah. First thing, let me appreciate you people getting all this kind of opportunity. My thought this evening is especially to be about labor system. We get labor affecting the job system in our country. No, the labor ministry need to put that foot down, more especially in this country. Because if you follow some of this, you look at the supermarkets and these stores around here, there are some jobs that Liberians can do, but if you look there, you see some Indians and Lebanese are doing such a job. I think that the labor minister already need to put a foot down and look in that kind of direction.
Okay, thank you. We'll take this person here. Good evening.
Good evening, Trogon, and good evening to the listening audience. My name is Prophet J. Afre, and I'm calling you from here, the community.
Go ahead, my brother.
My concern tonight has to do with a statement made by our president that there will be no business as usual. And from the time the president took over, there have been a lot of things going on, including the drug tax, the asset declaration, the asset recovery, the auditing of past leader, the yellow machine saga, and the suspension of LD Fisher. And there have been no tangible conclusion that this test he took, this working out of it. Everything just touch and leave, touch and leave. So I want to ask a question to the president tonight that before making the statement that there will be no business as usual, there are a group of Indians somewhere that he depend on to execute. He's saying for him at the end of the day, laying down or what's going on.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. I'm okay.
I mean, you gotta give the people enough chance. We're not hearing the man. Choke on. Who you got on the phone? We're not hearing them.
You have to be audible.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you are live.
Yeah, I said my name is Dole Lasana and I'm calling from Italy.
Go ahead quickly.
Take the next call, Choco. We're hearing the man.
We shouldn't hurt our head when it comes to Amin Moda. The president is never ever going to fire him because Amin Moda has spent a lot on this party. So all those big positions in this country were bought.
Okay. Thank you. We have to take other people. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I went to the line, wasn't yet myself, so I think I'll try to make my point again, please. Good evening. This is William S. Hines, and I'm from Kawa, New Jersey, Northville. There are two concerns. The first one has to do with the president's decision at the National Road Forum. Up to now, Hassan Kazulu having taken up.
Choco, what are you doing? We're hearing the man. What are you doing?
He spoke earlier on.
No,
but give him a chance to speak. Don't cut the man off.
I'm getting myself a lot of practice, so I don't have to call the CEO of the community. So the next one is Amin Moda and Roland Guinness premature admittance to spending $22 million during the rainy season on the road. Roland Guinness should give our money back, and Amin Moda should be dismissed. And so, Carly.
Thank you. Okay, we have to take.
Increase your volume, Choco. We're not hearing you. Increase your volume.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, my name is Bright, and I call from Congo Town, and I am the founder of the Resilience Era of Liberia. We've been listening to the issues of Liberia, and these things are happening over and over, and it seems like no one is moving. If the Liberians cannot wake up and move, things will continue to be just as they are. That's why I like to use this medium to call on all well-meaning Liberians to join the Resilience Era of Liberia. We are a non-protesting group. We don't demonstrate, but we are committed to building a community of just, vibrant, and patriotic Liberians through education and other means that we can engage our government to be able to answer to our demands. All right, so once again, I'd like to use this platform to call on all well-meaning Liberians to join the Resilience Era of Liberia.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let me say this real quick, folks. Let's announce this. Stoker, your volume is very, very, your audio is low. You work in that place every day and you don't know how to control it. James, I don't know this speaking. He gave me a hard time today. Let that put our SOS call in for Nelson. We used to choke on. We're not used to him. But Chogon, Nelson went out and asked the business people in the marketplace today, right? Can we cut some of those videos, James? Can we cut some of them and show it? Or if you can stream, you know how you can call it? Bring it up. Yeah, stream recording. Chokon, use the microphone. Put it close to your mouth. We're not hearing you. Are you afraid of me?
Okay. Okay.
You okay, but we're
Getting me
not
now?
okay. We also hear you. It's not about you being okay. You can hear yourself, but we're not hearing you.
Am I okay now?
Tango, Chokon. Clap it.
Well, okay. Okay. See you. I hearing you. The people out there hearing me.
Increase your volume. Increase your volume.
No, the volume is up.
Okay, it's all right now. So let me send a call again. Tango, Chokon, over. Can you copy?
Copy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're about to start Spoon Talk. We got a beautiful show for you today. It's raining out there though, but it's kind of quiet. Went out, the whole place quiet. Guess what I'm doing, James? I'm right by the stove and preparing something nice. Or what I'm preparing is how you call this? Oxtail. James, I'm preparing nice oxtail with some olive oil and everything in there. Whew, that would be so nice. We want to welcome every one of you. Thank you for joining us. We'll take both calls. We want to listen today. Nelson Colette went out. The Liberian people were speaking. Want to ask them a question. Want to listen and hear what they have to say. It was a wonderful show. But Samuel Toure speaking today. I don't know, James. Who allowed Samuel Toure to be free? How did he get out? Why he came back to the country? Samuel Toure is on fire. Listen, I'm just here to talk my own. And today is Mo Ali's birthday. James get Mo Ali picture. We will not put Mo Ali in a situation he can't handle. Today is Mo Ali's birthday. We will celebrate Mo Ali today. He's a brother. He's a friend. We got other secret information for you. Just secret information. We want to surprise you. And also in the next few minutes, we'll be having the Pastor Goba from Minnesota, Brooklyn. He's running for the council seat, Brooklyn Park. We want to speak to him for 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes. He and his team. He's going to introduce himself to the people and tell Liberia in Brooklyn Park to vote for him. Then we come back with our story. There's a lot happening. I received some information, but I need to make some correction on the show, folks, about information ministry. And I'm glad I spoke to Jeremy Pierre. He explained it to me better. I saw my own. I said, though, posting all kind of stuff, we got to clear the air. I spoke to the transport minister too, Salih. I'm going to tell you what I know. And we'll continue with the story that everybody that went on this UNGA trip, it's over now. Today is the 28th. Happy birthday to my baby sister, my last daughter, the Bawede. Chestnut Witherspoon, tomorrow is her birthday, the 29th. Happy pre-birthday to her. Happy birthday to my friend and my dear brother, Pius Ndagbe Jr. Today is his birthday. He now call me. See, you caught tired, James. I around my birthday at the time you will call me, James. James, they met birthday week, right, Trickle? That when he called me. So what I tell you, you gotta avoid. I kind of call you gotta avoid because you know what's up.
Maybe Jed will send a treat.
No, I am sending the treat that he doesn't have to tell me. And I say his birthday is today. So happy birthday to Pius and Dagba Jr. But they call him Pius away after the birthday, then I will answer him. Tomorrow. This the birthday. The 26th was my niece's birthday or belated birthday. And to my niece, Princess Adjuvant. And I want to say to all of you, thank you for joining Spoon tonight. We got a lot of information coming your way. Jim, what's up for your end? What will you make about the pepper making me the call because I'm over there preparing something that double G. This is not beta but double G. What kind of beans double G? No, this is a real oxtail. Anybody know how to cook oxtail? Oxtail, a good one for this weather. Just look outside. It's wet, it's calm, and you prepare your oxtail with a lot of pepper. Yeah. Somebody said my audio is low. My audio not low, man. Leave me alone. What kind of man am? My man Bobby Toy said your audio is low. James, can you hear me, right?
Yeah, your audio is okay.
Yeah. So what's happening from your end? What's happening from Poland, James? I mean, what's happening in Ukraine? When will you be reporting from Ukraine, James? You guys share common border.
Well, we are okay here. Check on 1 minute. We are okay.
But James, you from there? Can you increase the volume on the radio, Chokon? Can you start messing with our show today? The radio volume is low.
It's okay now. Okay.
It's okay to you, but it's not okay to the people that listen, my piggy. James, when you'll be reporting from Ukraine? When?
When the time comes.
Oh, the report war about to be over. You go through the border and report at CNN. Then you say when the time comes.
The only news we get here, the European Union is warning airlines to be careful and stop flying in the airspace of Lebanon along with Israel. They say if you do it, you be doing it.
But why you can't go there yourself? Let's see the microphone in your hand. Let's see you. Why you can't go there and do that? Sugar, I thought you were scared, but James, you there already. You get your credential. Just go there. Go to the border. Enter Ukraine. Enter Kyiv and report from Kyiv. Report from Kharkiv. And you know, and tell the people don't die. How you call it?
No, but that's not how.
My man, the people understand the language, right? You get some Polish people in Ukraine. So just go there and report. I mean, that's why you are there for, James. You represent Spoon. I'm James Goodell Flomo from Spoon Network, Liberia. I'm reporting from Kyiv, Ukraine.
That's not how you report on war or from the war zone. Specifically, journalists.
Have you reported from the war zone before?
Man, don't lie. What was we there before? You think I protest down there?
Have you reported for the war zone before?
No, but before you go there, like currently in Gaza.
I mean, don't tell me how you go there. When will you get there? That's all I'm saying. You know, when will you get there? That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying. Reporting from the war zone is a procedure. You cannot just jump there. You cannot just jump and go because you are between two forces. The aggressor or the invader or whoever you may term it. Like currently in Gaza, journalists are not allowed to enter Gaza because the Israeli army is not willing to allow them.
James, Jay, hold on. The link, the folks are saying the link isn't working. Can you put the link in the chat room?
All right.
Which link are we using? Are we using your link or Damo link?
My link. I come in. Let me drop it.
Please. Yeah. So I think James was talking. James is scared.
Yeah. So you don't just jump there.
James, don't explain story to us. We are asking you when will you be there?
You
represent Liberia. You have to go there. You have to report for the people of Liberia to see. You have to be in the bullet. The bullet will be flying. You got to go in the war zone. You got to say, my name is James Goodell Flomo.
Same for your Ziggy, yeah. You know,
yeah, bullet will not tell you.
Joke, when you talk about Ziggy, I think about Black Cat, the Operation Black Cat that went on between Great Britain and rebel forces.
Forget about operation. That is a question. When will you be in Ukraine to be reporting? Yeah, you gave us Palestine. Yeah.
No, I just want to tell you that the Ziggy you talk about cannot work. It won't work with your mindset. Operation Black Cat that took place that brought the Israeli war to an end, or almost.
I want to show you explain. You will see our time.
Ziggy can't work.
Did you put a link in the chat room? The guys ready to come on.
I'm jumping it.
Yeah, please. All the guys ready to come on. Can you give us the Nelson Colette video when you are out there today?
Chicken
Flammer.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You happy or that you're getting?
Chicken do it. Your computer is on. My computer is currently.
And can we also get these video from what was said today by James? I sent it to you. Have you uploaded them?
Let me send it to Chokon. Chokon upload it as
What
well.
you mean choco again? What you guys doing
No,
with me? So y'all making me sick, man.
My computer is
Nothing wrong with your computer. Just up the thing. It's on your phone.
Yeah, I have it. It will be up in the next few minutes.
Yeah, but you'll be saying choco.
You hosting Representative Gray tomorrow, right?
Yeah, what I have to do with something? You scared of Representative Gray?
You hearing the thing the man telling me how he will release a political bazooka and political.
Wait now. So, folks, I want to open the phone out of the world. Representative Gray got political bazooka. Why you couldn't release it on Prince Store?
He's telling me that I will release a political atomic bomb on Parker.
So we agree, but why he couldn't release it on Prince Store? You get all that plenty political bazooka, atomic bomb here and there. Release it on Prince Store now. You sit on there, the man be by 81 vote, just 81. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, General.
General.
A general calling for help.
He's like, tomorrow will be the evasion of the
I forget.
administration.
Yeah, I can call him out to come on the show. Can you call him 1 minute? I forget him.
What did he come to?
My man, you go out. You brave, eh?
What did you get coming to? I just asking.
You make me talk about budget fingering because that a main song the video.
Okay, so we should be bringing in Pastor Go Back Group. I don't have the information. I hope that the Richardson send them the link. I'm not seeing that in the back, but we're going to play the video for Setember today. If you missed this, we're going to play this. Setember is in the country. He talking plenty thing. Again, I told you guys, you'll be very careful. You do not want to allow Setember to speak. We're going to have a very decent show today. What happened today? You decide, okay? I don't think giving the chance that Senator will come out and talk, he will spill a lot of beans. He will. We have to be very careful. He will.
He said he's speaking officially on Monday, the CDC, and he will use that time to say a lot.
Okay, but he said something today, so I just want to do 57 seconds of this while the guys.
No Liberian who lost an NGO job is going to get it, has gotten it. No Liberian salary that was lied to, said they will raise your salary, they will reverse harmonization, whatever that thing means, which doesn't make sense. I will explain it on Monday. No salary has gone up. In fact, let me tell you, the president put right here at the CDC office, we signed an agreement with the health workers before we left office. We announced it, the president launched it, he spoke about it. We put about $8 million in the budget, about $8 million. Well, listen to that. This salary is not up yet. I tell you, we're very important. We say these things to you people, and they're not listening.
So listen, I know we about to start this wonderful show. I don't know why Glenny come here with pain. It's confusing to me. James, get my video ready. The video that I told you to make purposely for Glenny. Get it ready. Get it ready, James. I'll play it. But again, it made up in the budget for healthcare worker. Is that all Setember got to say? My man, as I can take the toothpaste for your mobile on national TV back. You swallow the toothpaste? You swallow toothpaste, my man. You had the toothpaste right in your corner of your mouth. Not talking you swallow it. Hey, my man. See this start eating steak now. See this start. Oh man, even that now you guys eating toothpaste or toothpick. You guys are eating it in that. Wow. But welcome to the show, Glenny. It's good to have you on Pig. Where are you? Are you in Atlanta City for ULA program? It's
I'm
tonight,
in my
right?
house. I'm actually in my room, sitting right by my bed. What else?
Let me see your bed. Can I see your bed?
Continue on the show.
You didn't even make your bed up. I can see it. You didn't even make your bed up.
Oh, yes.
Let me see. So you just leave the bed and you face it. You make it up.
Continue on the show.
Wait, what you got behind you? That cross? That cross you got behind you?
Yes. Jesus, I gotta keep him.
Can you tell your pastor, go by that we're ready for him, and tell him minute running up? We want to know where he is.
I didn't even know Pastor Gobal coming today. I just heard it yesterday. Let me text him.
Good day, who you got on the phone? Good day.
I called Representative Kolba.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to appear on the show last night because you were discussing his political leader, former President George Weah. So he wanted to come on and discuss your political leader, President Parker.
But we understand. But let him come on.
No, he said the time has passed. When you put a mop on his political leader, he will come on and put his mop on your political leader. He said George Weah is his political leader.
George Weah is a political leader.
I just dropped the line with him.
What's going on with you again? What's going on with you again? Who told you who they got you in the back there? Good day. Now who are just talking to now? Oh, I asked a woman asking question.
Can we get him?
Where?
Yeah, bring him out.
Please, I'm not responsible for whatever Yeke is going to say here.
Well, just mute you.
Go ahead.
Yeke, go to.
You are live.
I wanted to discuss on the show last night when your bossman was discussing one of my political leaders how you have a birthday party. Joseph Boga took over the country. The country is celebrating here a birthday party. State we're not discussing it. Yeah, there's over business too much in the country. I mean, more than stealing money. People stealing money from LTA. That's why she has been discussing.
Tell you, I can say we get a good audio when I call him. Tell you, say I will call him. Let me call him.
Wait, Representative
Kolba.
Who break down? How you talking like nobody talk on the phone with you?
Tell you, say I calling him.
The CEO is calling you because they want to get a good audio.
Yeah, okay.
You're talking at one push, man.
Amen. Listen. You say you are coming on the show today, okay?
No, I can't come on the show.
Well,
I'm actually not in the country. I left the country today.
That lie. You in the country. Don't lie.
Who has scared? Show me one person that real scared that you know. Show me one person.
You in front of the mass. But Honorable Yake, I know your family is doing fine. I'm not going to go there. It's good to have you this early. But yes, indeed, we promise that we're going to bring you on. Honorable Yake from District Number 10, representative. Can you take the phone number and put a representative name up there, Trukon, please? We want to welcome you. We'll start the show with you till we can get a global team. Once they come on, then we'll have to let you go. But what's your take, Honorable Yeke? The president will be returning back to the country from the UNGA with all his many delegations.
So what you expect from the president? In the first place, I'm out of the country. I just arrived in Ghana. I'm driving, going to my house to see my family. I've left Liberia today. I just arrived in Ghana. What do we expect for the president to bring back? When we don't have money in the country, we just receive $45,000 each for our cars.
Did you receive your 45,000? Did you receive your 45,000?
It's in the budget. It's in the budget, and we just alter the budget again. We figure the recap budget, and the Liberia will not achieve anything from the recap budget because we criminally pass the recap budget. Under the law, you saw the speaker leaving his seat to come to vote for the budget. The deputy speaker leaving his seat to come. They set a bad precedent. There's the first time in the history of this country, the deputy speaker and the speaker leaving their seat to come to vote for the budget because the budget is a corrupt budget. We put money there for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? It is very disgraceful and frustrating to see the speaker that said the budget was author coming to vote for a recap budget or budget that he said was author. It's a disgrace to the speaker of this country.
So before we get to the speaker, Honorable Yeke, since you, thank you again for joining us. Before we get to the speaker and the deputy speaker, let's talk about your 45,000. I received
my 45,000. It's part of the budget.
Are you going to buy a car? Are you going to buy a car with your 45,000?
It's going to be used for the internal purpose. It's not to build road.
So are you going to buy, or are you going to buy the card and show to the Liberian people that you bought? But hold on, representative.
The money is intended. Sorry, I'm driving going home from the airport. The money is intended to take me from my house, from my district, to take me to work every day. I shouldn't give no excuse to the poor of district number 10 to the poor of Liberia that I don't have car to go to work. So I should be able to facilitate me to get to work every day.
So it means that you're going to buy. So honorable Yeke, please. You receive 45,000, something that you put in the budget and you signed for. So it coming back to you. All right. I know that it's mighty corruption in the whole legislature. I know it's bad. But you've been there. But hold on, Chief. We spoke about Representative Koduba. Representative Koduba, we spoke about.
The president put 1.3 million in the budget to buy car for himself.
Representative Koduba.
The president put 1.3 million in the budget to buy car for himself.
Representative Koduba.
The command minister will use 150,000 to buy car for himself.
So, Representative Koduba, let's take it one step at a time. Let the people understand us. But yeah, listen. No, Koduba, Yeke, I'm going to ask you the question. Yeke, I'm going to ask you a question on all these different issues. I'm here with Glenny. I'm here with Acedo. One at a time now. Yeah, but which one? Yes, we're talking. Yes, we're talking about the 1.3 million. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you have enough time. Again, you allow us to.
I'm driving from the airport to my house.
Thank you very much. By the way, we want to say our greetings to your family. So let's get back to the conversation.
My family doing well. They don't need your greeting.
They don't need my greeting?
The person should be saying, sending greeting to the girl I gave you to family to when you came to visit Liberia. Because she can embarrass my phone too much.
Look at Ase on the show digging her nose. But let me say this. Let me say that, Yeke. Let's go back to the 45,000. The 45,000 issue that are on the table. Are you going to buy a car worth 45,000? Are you going to buy a car less?
I'm going to buy a car worth 45,000. I'll be able to take me to work. I always go to work. I have no missed it.
What have you done? What have you done with the other 2 cars you received?
I mean, you said to go to work. Have I missed work before? Check the records.
So the other 2 cars that you received under your first term, those 2 cars. My question to you: is it yours, or are you turning it back, giving it to the government?
Yeah, but you see, Stanton, these are things that we want to change, and the Liberia voters in some also change it. Well, I mean. Voters in some other change it won't work that way. When we buy the cars, we put it directly in our name. So the cars are being owned by us. You don't know that, Stanton? We buy the cars and put it in our name. It's owned by us. It's not owned by government. It's not owned by GSA. Let me say this to the Liberia. Our lawmakers don't tell people. But I am telling the public today in the Liberia that we put the cars in our name. It's owned by us.
So the car you already received 2. So where are the 2 cars you bought previously?
No, I have not received 2. You see, you misinforming the people.
How many cars you received?
Car I've received. This is the first car. After 3 years, I'm going to receive another car that will put in my name because it's in the budget.
So your first. Honor Joe, we are. Hold on, Yeke. Honor Joe, we are. Did you receive money to buy a car? Honor President, we are.
I received money 2 different times to buy 2 cars. Honor Josh, we are.
Did you buy the car?
I bought car. I was taking me to.
But that's what I'm saying. You received 2 first, and you said no.
No, but you can't bring George Weah government to a failure government.
No, it's not my question. You received money to buy a car 1, 2 times.
We in different government now. We in different government.
But Yeke, government is continuing waiting. You are dead. Glenny, can you talk to your brother?
Please say former president Weah, please. If you don't call him former president I will get off your line.
Then get off the line. Then get off the line. Get off the line. Get off the line. You think I'm worried about you? Then get off the line.
Okay, I'll be on your show. Stand up.
Yeah, you gotta say. The man run away, Glenny. The man ran away. He got 2 cars back to your house. He telling the Liberian people say the car belonged to him because he registered it under his name. He got money for the new car. What are they doing with those cars? Glenny, talk to me. Welcome to the show. This is an embarrassment. We were talking about Joseph Boyka and the executive 1.3 million. I agree. We're going to talk about the other issue. But Yeke now, as of today, he has received money for 3 cars. And Yeke know where we're going, so he ran away from the phone. I mean, talk to me, Glenny.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be on. I mean, what else? What can I say? If the budget allows for it, the people are the budget makers. I mean, it's legal. It's not illegal. The car for them.
It's for them, or they needed to turn the car back. The budget, I would say, it's for them, Glenny.
Okay, so why is it if it's a government vehicle, instead of giving the lawmakers the 45,000, why is the government not purchasing the vehicle, putting license plate on it as government vehicle and turning it over to the lawmakers? If you're giving them the money to buy the vehicle, then not a car.
Wow.
Then the car for them. It's like here, they have state workers here that work, they go and they sign up for the vehicles, and for the government, they don't purchase the vehicle. They have the purchasing power, so they can put whatever name on those cars, and I think it becomes theirs.
So again, man, I would say this to you. Yeke ran away from Spoon Talk. Many of them try to run because you know where we're going. It's good to have you, Vendetta Patrick. It's good to have you, Minister Acedo, the former Deputy Minister for Youth and Sport. But I'm surprised that we started a show like this. They have the car parking in the yard. They have given some of the cars up to the girlfriends. And yet we are talking about turning the car over. Yeke ran away from the phone. He ran away. And he said he's in Ghana because he gets 45,000. So let's see whether they're going to buy the car. And whether it is illegal not to buy the car, Glenny. The money said buy the car. The car for the government is not for you. Is it illegal not to buy the car? And the Rick Monroe. But let me hear you answer, do I see Pastor Goba. Pastor Goba, you can't be driving your car on the show when I bring you on. And Russell know that one too. You're driving. I believe that you guys were set up to come on the Spoon Talk today. And,
I think it's the time. They were not sure because we're different from their time.
We understand that arrangement was made. Everything says Glenny. They knew about the arrangement. But all of them in car. Nehemiah got it in car. Russell is in car. Goba is in car. All of them doing Uber job. We'll bring it on. But let me hear you ask the pastor doing Uber job. Let me hear you ask him. Don't talk to us.
Yeah, it's good to be back on the show, Stanton. Just what you heard Representative Yeke Koluba said is just the reason why we keep asking, what was the rescue about? It brings more question on what exactly the rescue was about. And the same thing keeps happening over and over and over. It is a continuation of the system. Doesn't have anything to do with rescue or changing anything. I've said it over time, and I will still say this is one of the places I don't agree that anyone should be getting $45,000 for a car in 3 years. Listen, some of us on the show been owning car even before we were born, and those cars are still with us. How come now someone else is just getting $45,000 for a car every 3 years? Because that's what is in it. That's what the law says. That's what the budget says. So they have to do it. There should be a change. That's one of the places where I don't agree. I really don't agree, and I don't think it makes any sense at all. Everyone here don't buy no car 1 year, 3 years later on. Then I don't know it's not worth it to be used again. And even more to that though, why is the car like personal car? So if a lawmaker receives $45,000 for a car today, and for whatever reason that lawmaker resigns tomorrow, or is not there tomorrow, what happens to the next person coming in? They will give the
you got to buy a new car for that next person. But it's good to have you because let me give Vendetta Patrick a chance. This guy is calling he's joining us from way different country, not Labrador. That play don't look like Labrador. I can look at it pinned in the back. You ready? That play don't look like Labrador. But talk to us, my brother. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
How do you know the play don't look like Labrador? But quickly, CEO. Yeah, but the deputy minister has a nice haircut. Oh, wow, the man joined Minnesota.
like Glendy send me something today, my brother. I know how money.
Yeah.
They made a bad man. He took his first paycheck.
He
promised Kev and myself, right? He said he was going to share with us. His first paycheck, Today, nothing. The man to pay on Friday.
My brother,
So, but the man shall,
From
my
Bank
brother,
of
my
America.
brother,
From Bank of America, Friday.
VP, you are
Of
on the
America.
show right now.
One of the
Really,
largest bank in Minnesota. This man is working as the second vice president. You see, he interrupted me. He doesn't want me to talk. As second vice president, he took his first paycheck.
I went and said, "What come ahead?"
The first paycheck. I want to speak to all citizens.
Oh, this is bad.
He took his first paycheck. Bank of
VP,
America.
on the show.
The man want to interrupt. I want to speak to all loyal citizens.
Brother on the show.
He took his first paycheck. I get it pissed off. Because we were arguing with him.
CEO,
I
I
agree.
agree.
Brother.
The man myself will go in so bush. My man, I said, though, I just present your haircut nice. Yeah. I selling your market already. So just leave that one. Selling the market. But CEO, with respect to this guy issue, I don't know. I always like to give this disclaimer. I don't talk because people have some problem with them. Because many of those problems that we are addressing today, some of these people created them. So I'm only talking because of the kind of way I was brought out to recognize certain things. For me, if you are giving $45,000 to buy a vehicle, I know most of them will not buy that car. They will not buy any vehicle that worth $45,000. Some people buy $10,000 car, some of them $15,000 car. And if you ask, you say, I'm still doing the work. Another thing, they always say there are three branches of government. The first branch of government that happens to be the national legislature. They are not answerable to certain things. Look, CEO, first we need to know, after people are defeated after elections, do they bring the cars back? No. Only the executives. We saw the asset recovery.
Akaris wasn't great. He still got his cars. He refused to turn it over.
So this is where I had a problem first, but I don't know the enrichments. I'm told after every 3 years, they buy the new cars.
My man, you see, there's sometimes I wonder about you. You try to play it too safe. Vendetta Patrick. No. You Vendetta that will take every paper and look at every laws and every constitution. You on the sponsor and say, I don't know the
I don't know the all one. It's good to listen.
You will know everything, but you can't know this one. But
No. CEO, don't put me on the spotlight. I don't want to come here to market.
Sponsor. We gotta check people.
I don't want to come here and market my ignorance under the canopy that I know everything. No, that's me.
But you know this one because you fought against this one.
After 3 years, they buy cars.
So when they wouldn't pay you start. When you read it, wouldn't pay you start ready. After 3 years, they back out, then you left the other paragraph there.
You know why? I get this clear. Every year, the lawmaker, they got new rules.
But let me bring our people in, man. Let me bring Pastor Global Russell and other people in, man. But no, when I tell that thing, man, you read it, Benny. They man reading the whole constitution, right? He just stopped to the place, right? That every 3 years, they buy 45,000 and he left it.
Let's get this clear.
That means I buy that one from this guy.
CEO, that is non-issue. The major issue here is why should they? I just asked a significant question. Why the asset recovery did not go after members of the national legislature? Because these are government properties. And you just told me
I said though them people I said though them people strangulated the asset recovery, we can announce that Ellis Coffey about to resign too from the asset recovery. He said, no, take it. Let me bring the people on. Let's talk to the people for 30 minutes, then from there we'll get into our argument. But I don't believe you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know me, right? The thing Fadela Padre just said that Vlad, he read 2 of the paragraphs, he left and read 3. He didn't read all of the 3 paragraphs because he said, when I play you were interested, they put about for the $5,000 car. One of the maternity buy, he said, you're not reading that paragraph.
No, CEO. No, please, I will not let you go on this. I'm questioning the sincerity. After the asset recovery or members of the executive about car, why did they not go after members of the national legislature? I'm asking the question, why? After 3 years,
I want to bring in our brother Russell. Welcome to the show. Russell, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. I know, yeah, you park. Yes, indeed. I'm going to bring in Pastor Goba. They say Goba 4 BP. The PPCC man or PCC man? Which one you on? Pastor
It's
Goba
Goba for Brooklyn Park City Council.
But you said for Brooklyn Park City Council, BPCC. It's good to have you, Pastor Goba. As always, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. Let's make it interesting. Right now,
Thank
it's
you,
5:30
Stanton.
Eastern Time. We'll keep you guys at 6 o'clock or 6:01. Give it your best shot. Let's know about. Bring in Mr. Pastor Goba. Winfrey Russell, talk to us.
Thank you, Stanton, and the entire Spoon family. Thank you all. Many of you know me, have been here so many times, but we would like to introduce a very, very important person to you all, a servant leader in our community, and he happens to be running for a seat on the Brooklyn Park City Council. And this was a seat that I once held. We'd like to see this seat as a Liberian seat because the West District is where majority of Liberians who live in Minnesota actually live in this district. So I once represented this district on the Brooklyn Park City Council, and I've now passed on the torch to Reverend Dr. Daniel Goba to take it on. So the same level of support that you all are giving me, Stanton and Glendy and Isaac and the entire Spoon family, Vanderlock and all you guys, I'm hoping that you will please give the same level of support to Reverend Dr. Goba. He is a strong candidate. He is a servant leader, like I said before. He is one of the pastors of the largest church in the Liberian immigrant community here in Brooklyn Park. But his church is in Bloomington, but he's one of the pastors of Ebenezer. We need to put our hands around him. We need to support him with all of what we have. That's why I've endorsed him. That's why I'm bringing him on the Spoon TV, Spoon Talk, to introduce him to you all, because he's a great guy. And this is a community thing. We all need to come together as a community. We have no representation in Minnesota, as you know, as it is, entirely. We don't have any representation. So having someone with the level of qualifications and that Pastor Goba has, with the passion that he has for leadership and the work that he has done in this community to provide representation for us so that we can continue to have a voice at the table, I think is immeasurable. So I'll introduce you all to Reverend Dr. Daniel Goba, a candidate for the Brooklyn Park City Council in the West District. Reverend Dr. Goba.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Russell. Mr. Witherspoon and the panel, I am humble and I'm out of words because of how humble I am, and to thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to be able to discuss some of the issues and to talk to our citizens in the diaspora here and both back home and Brooklyn Park, specifically West District. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be with you tonight.
Thank you very much, Pastor Goba. It's always good to have you. You are here with your church member, but she doesn't go to church. I don't know whether you're going to write her name in the book of life. You're just going to let her go to the book of death. Whatever the case may be, it's good to have you. As always, thank you very much, Mr. Russell. It's always good seeing you too. We're going to welcome Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 2. Mr. Gali. How you doing, Nehemiah? You got to unmute, though.
No, I was laughing, so I had to go on mute.
Okay. All right. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you so much.
And you park because, driving, we can get in trouble. We don't want to be distracted. Can you park, then you come back on the show, please?
Yes, let me try to pull over.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, so Pastor Goba went off. Again, it's good to have you, Mr. Russell. What's going on? I believe that, election have started already. People are building in the stuff. So talk to us while we reconnect with Pastor Goba.
Thank you. And when Pastor Goba comes in, he will introduce his full team. But you're right, Stanton. Elections have started already. Early voting started last week, Friday. So people can go to the Brooklyn Park City Hall and vote for Pastor Daniel Goba. Reverend Goba, name will be on the ballot. We are trying to encourage all of us, every one of us who are eligible to vote, to please show up to vote for Pastor Goba. He's the real deal. We need him. We need representation. I cannot stress that more. So you can, the good thing is that in Minnesota, the voting process is relatively easy. Um, it's a trust-based system. You just show up, call your name if you're in that in the district, and Pastor Gova and his campaign team will tell you all more about the different places, different landmarks in the city that will identify where the West District is. But for many of you who have been following, like I said earlier, this is the district I once served on the Brooklyn Park City Council. But early voting has started. It is open now. Please, on Monday, you can stop by from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and cast your ballot. And you can also vote for the president of your choice, or the senator, or whoever else you want to vote for. But be sure to turn over the ballot and vote for Pastor Goba.
Thank you very much, Pastor Goba. Let's hear you. You have time on the show tonight. Make your case to the folks in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park. Let's hear you. This is your time. Again, you got about 22 more minutes left. Give it your best shot. And we listen, if you want to come back once, especially again next week, Saturday, to talk to the folks, you're welcome. And I will talk to Madam Titi. But you have an opportunity today. Give it your best shot, sir.
Thank you very much. Again, I'm honored for the privilege to be on your show. And I want to thank Russell too for introducing me. I'm humbled by that. I also have my team here, Mr. Nehemiah Gali. Nehemiah Gali is the chairman of my campaign. And I also have the campaign Amen. I've not seen her on yet, but I think she's probably here, Ms. Bernice Cooper. And these are the folks, along with Russell in the background, that are helping me to make this happen. But again, I want to thank you for the privilege. My name is Reverend Goba, and I live in Brooklyn Park. I've lived here for 17 years now, out of the 24 years that I've been in this country. And I've always worked in human services, social services. The first ever job I had was at the Ministry of Public Works. I was in school, and after that, all of what I've ever done is just social work and in ministry. And so I am running for City Council for the West District. And one of the reasons why I'm running is Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, USA have given me so much that it is only fair that I give back. That's number one. And number two, we need representation. We are a majority group within the context of the West District, and so we will need to be represented. And that's why I was encouraged by what I heard from the constituents, which is our citizens, our stakeholders, Mr. Russell, and even Mr. Nehemiah and the OLM. We met and we got encouraged to do this because we don't have any representation. And so I've come to be a part of the process to help move and continue to serve our community. So it is just a desire to serve and to bring a steady hand to the council.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you, Pastor Goba. We want to say again, if you're joining us from Minnesota, if you know Pastor Goba, we want to say thank you, share the show. We want to bring Pastor Goba to you like we did Russell. And we hope this time around you can give him the chance. We also want to say to you, it is very important that we get to know him. Pastor Goba, which church do you pastor are you pastoring right now? Which church?
Right now, I pastor the Ebenezer Community Church of Bloomington. I'm a member of the Ebenezer Community Church, which was started by Reverend Dr. Francis Tabla in 2000. I did join him in 2003, and 11 years after that, we agreed and decided that we plant a new church, which I have pastored for 12 years. So I pastored the branch that is in Bloomington, Minnesota. It's about 35 minutes from Brooklyn Park.
Oh, okay. So are you the pastor for Sis Glennie? Oh, you just were one of the pastors at the church you are talking about, correct?
Yes.
Is she going to heaven? Will she go to heaven? All right, sorry guys. All right, guys.
Sis Glennie, thank you.
Pastor Goa, how are you?
I'm blessed, ma'am. How are you today?
Good. Pay him no attention. I'm good with him.
we welcome to the show, Sis Bernice. It's good to have you. Glennie, let's take it away. Let's talk about Brooklyn Park and what Pastor Goba want to do. Go ahead, Sis Glennie.
So, Pastor Goba, it's an honor to have you and Russell and your team here. Of course, we will continue to do what we can to ensure that Liberia has the representation it needs in Minnesota and everywhere else. This is important. One of my first question to you is directly coming off the back of Russell not winning his elections. And here you are coming. What are you trying to do differently to rally the base, not only the Liberian base, but the base in the community? Because we have to go with the fact that we don't only need Liberians to win, we need to be able to reach out to other people in the community. So what are you going to do differently so your reliance is not 100% on the Liberian vote, but it's also on the community that you want to win? What are you going to do differently?
Well, thank you very much. Today has done. Russell he ran an impeccable race, and I've always said when you have somebody, and unfortunately, it happened not to be us this time. But what we've begun to do differently that we notice as we've been going out and hearing from the constituency is that we've engaged people with small groups. We've engaged all the different groups. That's what we are trying to do because we found out that, or we are finding out that we have different groups that have specific interests that may not align with everybody else. And so in order to bring these different factions or groups together, we meet them where they are at so that we hear what their heart is, we hear what their concerns are. And we've heard some of them give reasons why they didn't vote, and maybe they didn't know much, they didn't appreciate the process, and so we've been doing that to find out, because we've always asked. So if we meet somebody, for instance, and we ask, have you voted? And they say no. Why haven't you voted? I was busy, I've been working. And then we try to educate them and let them know the value of voting, the importance of voting, and the value of representation. And we've begun doing that, and we've begun hearing good feedback, which is not any different from what I would say Russell did. But every time you have something that happened, what you learn from it is maybe what the other person didn't do. And so this is what the team has been doing. And I'm just extremely grateful to Miss Bernice here. She is a heck of a strategist. She and Brother Nehemiah, they have incorporated the young people. And that's one thing I didn't see from the beginning of some of the elections we've had. We've kind of left the young people out because we think they don't have interest. But this time around, Nehemiah and Bernice have incorporated the young people to the point that maybe even after every discussions, we kind of throw some questions to them and ask them, and they ask us questions and we answer. So we've engaged the young people, which we think will make a difference, and they have begun to become very interested in the process. And it's not only for these elections now, but we are doing that to prepare them so that in the future, from what we've begun, they can have interest in politics, because we've told them that some of what we are doing is actually to let them see and make them know that they too can do it. That this is a place where, when you are giving the privilege and the opportunity, you can exercise your right to vote, your right to run for office. And so those are some of the things we're doing.
All
We
right.
are incorporating the youth.
All right, thank you. Before we get other questions, I want to welcome Bernice, and I want to ask you, whenever I see women as campaign leaders, I get so excited. I was excited for Francis with Winfrey, and I see that you're taking on this tax and you're working with it. Tell us what kind of campaign setup you're planning to work towards for this one, because we have to be able to attack it to win it. So what is your strategy that you have right now that you're going to be working on? And after that, we'll go speak to Nehemiah to see what his role is. So talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you to the Spoon team for having us. Um, and thanks to Russell for coordinating this. I've always told people that I don't have much of an experience in politics. However, I do have a lot of experience in establishing relationship, connecting with people, and meeting people where they are and understanding issues at hand. Um, I think what's different about our campaign, as Reverend Goba said, that we really focus on our youth, our younger population. I think historically speaking, the 18 to 24s or so are not really, they don't have a great track record for voting. So our campaign include those group of people to lead. Now we have social media, we have all these different things that the younger population, the younger generation are spearheading. So we rely on them for those content, for those feedback, and for those support. The other thing we're doing differently, I know Reverend Gobai is not there yet, but we know he will get there, and he's getting to know his constituents as we're out there door knocking. If folks have questions, we're making appointments for him to go back and meet with those people and be able to hear what their concerns are. We are meeting with groups that anywhere from religious group to, whatever it might be and whatever that interest might be. We're meeting with them to hear them out. As a young woman coming into this realm of politics, I too have my own experiences and things that I would like to see. So I'm utilizing that and being the voice for other young women who haven't been in this role to say, hey, you too can do it. You have this passion, you have this interest, you're going to start from now, but maybe 2 years later, who knows? You might be interested in something else. So I'm super excited to be on the team with Reverend Goba. I mean, he spoke about himself. I don't have to say any more about his character, about who he is. It was just easy to join his campaign and be a part of his team. So I'm super excited to be on the team that really focuses on youth, that focuses on public safety, something that's really near and dear to my heart, that focuses on housing. I am a social worker as well, so I understand the importance of housing and affordable housing at that rate, because that's something that we encounter in the field of social work. So his platform aligns very well with my values, and we couldn't have been a better team.
All
So
right.
thank you, Boba, for the opportunity, and here we are. We're going to get this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Gale, I'm led to ask you a question. Were you related to Alex Gale?
Yes, my brother.
Oh, he was. Well, Dr. Bropla and I know him. We went to school together, Cottington. And I know your
Okay.
sister Bernice very well.
Bernice,
So let's
okay.
let's let's talk to you. Yeah, let's talk to you about your role. What is going to be your role, and how are you going to work along with this team? Also, I think one of the things that's a plus for this thing is that you have Russell. He has experience. The man has ran several times. He's won, so he knows the intricate details of how to get the people. But I want to ask you, what's going to be your role doing
Well,
this?
first of all, I want to tell you thanks again on now you hit some points for me that's now you seem like a family to me already with my late brother, my sister. So, but then there's a thing about what my role has been in the campaign, and I always like to share a short story. I do not know Reverend Goldberg from anywhere, nowhere. I heard he was running, and I reached out to him,
Beautiful.
contacted Bernice. We had a conversation with him. We heard his values, and I always say his values. He's a Liberian. We got on board. What we have been trying to do. Russell is a good friend of mine. I have always supported Russell through all his candidacy. I have always been there with him, and we have shared conversations. So hearing about knowing the challenges we are facing in the city government that we are trying to get a seat at the table and be a part of making the rules instead of the rules continuously being handed out to us. So Bernice and I, along with the pastor, we have been out on a field door knocking from place to place, meeting with community leaders, meeting with having sit down conversations with members of the community. We, as Bernice said, we got the young people involved, and we are just trying to make him as visible as possible, as visible as possible. One of the blessings that Pastor Goba and myself have is that we have Bernice. So they said, if you want to be a smart man, just find a smart woman, you'll be fine. So we have been following her lead, and then and she has been leading us through the right direction so far. Like right now, we getting ready to go and do a knock at Huntington Point or Huntington Place. So we're going to it's a huge apartment complex. I've just printed, and I'm on my way there 5,000 flyers, and we're gonna do the hot dogs and pass the flyers out, talk to people, try to get them to register to vote, and just make them as visible as possible. We get pretty good feedback from the community. One of the things that I do like is that Goba makes it easy to campaign for him. His character speaks for itself.
Thank you.
So usually when we are talking to people, it's very easy to sell them. It's very easy to talk to people. We met with the Muslim community, and we had a very good feedback. And the Liberian Muslim, they promise us their support. We are meeting with them again tomorrow. So we're just trying to do the best we can just to get us to where we need to go as a community.
Thank you. So I have Isaac and Dr. Brobler here. Pastor Goa, Isaac lives in Minnesota, so you want to connect with him. But Isaac, do you have any questions?
Basically, not much of a question. I would say hi to all of you. I know we spoke with Mr. Russell the last time. I want to wish you success. Hopefully, you go through. But usually, for some reason, I'm kind of on the other side always, and so I like to bring my own experience question into the thing when I'm talking to you from the other side. To be fair, personally, me, I'm a Republican, a real Republican, anyways. You're gonna have a lot of people like me who are Liberian as well. I would want it to be not like a Republican or Democrat thing. It would be like a Liberian thing because you are one. So my own concern, I'm not sure if it's a question or a concern. How are you reaching out to people like me? Well, unfortunately, I'm not in the Broken Park area. I wouldn't be voting in your place. Although I do have tons of friends and people there, a lot even, from the political side and stuff like that. But specifically when it comes to, because, I'm sure you're running on the Democratic ticket. The others from Republican may be looking at it from that side, but how are you trying to bridge that gap?
Thank you very much for the question. First of all, because of my values, we are described as being conservative. That's how they describe us. But I have not registered with any political party in this country. And so what I've done is when I meet people, I probably just gave you a case in point. I did discuss this with the campaign. I met a guy and he was strictly a Democrat. And he asked me whether I was a Democrat or a Republican. And I told him, I said, well, I am nonpartisan, especially with respect to city elections. Maybe if I were running for higher office, then I have to identify who I am. But I can tell you that I vote my values and the interest. In this case, if I should become, when I become, not if I should, when I become a city council member, it will be the interest of the people. but I'm a conservative and I vote conservative. I vote on issues. I've voted for Democrats. I've voted for Republicans. And so I'm an independent person. I think independently and I think about the issues. And so when I met this young man, like I said, he told me he was straight up a Democrat. He saw my flyer and said, "Well, why did you put Reverend on there?" I said, "Well, I put that there so you know straight up front who I am. I'm not hiding from who I am." And so even if I have to vote on an issue, if I'm a conservative and that issue doesn't align with my values, but the conservatives want it, then I'll vote against it. Or I'll vote if the Democrat has an issue that appeals to me and appeals to my constituency, I'll support that. I said so. I'll be an independent mind while at the same time getting consultation from my constituency. And one of the things I've told people when I meet them, they say, "Well, how when you become the city council, how are we going to get to you?" I said, "Well, I promised myself that even before running, that when I become the city council member, I will hold city council meetings. I'll just hold town hall meetings so that I'll hear from my constituency, so I know what the issues are, so that when these issues come up, if a vote is about to come up, and that's the transparency that I want to bring to this. If a vote is about to come out, and I have time to ponder on the vote, I'll come back to the constituency and say, hey, this is what's on the table. What are you thinking? Where do you think this should go?" And after that, I can tell you that I'll pray about it and vote on it. But that's what I'll do. If you are in the Brooklyn Park area and in my district, that will be my conversation with you. And I've said it. I've told people even when I go out, I say, "Hey, you don't have to really vote for me. I just want you to get out there to vote." Especially as a Liberian, it took me 20 years to become an American citizen, so I don't take the privilege and the right to vote lightly. I don't take it easily. I say so. Even if you won't vote for me, just get out there and exercise that right, so that like Nehemiah said, you won't be handed down instructions on what to do, but at least you will be a part of making the instructions, so that when those instructions are being carried out, you are a part of it, and not just carrying them out. If
Thank you,
that
Doc.
answers your question, sir.
Thank you, Pastor Gobart. We'll bring in Fundetta Patrick, but real quick, is your church in Brooklyn Park?
The mother church is in Brooklyn Park. It's on 9200 West Broadway Avenue. Mine is in Bloomington. It's 601 East 98th Street, Portland Avenue, Bloomington.
So the mother church, population?
About 900.
So it looked like you're going to win this thing because you got about 900.
Well,
why are you laughing, am I?
I'm laughing because we're just at the church on Sunday, Bernice and I, and we had to go talk to the church. What's funny is that yes, we should assume that with the population of the church, we should win the election. But I will share a quick joke with you. The Reverend did run a few years ago, and he came out with 78 votes.
So now you're making my point. Why? Why even the church? Why even though I want a special election? I want a Reverend.
Nehemiah, let me answer that. Nehemiah, let me answer
because a lot of folks. I'm asking the question because someone sent it to me. I know what the church was, by the way. But why do you think the church gave you 78 out of 900?
Well, I wouldn't say the church, because a lot of the members of the church don't live in the district. That's the issue. And as I go out, as I hear from people, those are the questions they are asking me. Well, your church. Even the church that I pastored, you won't believe it. Even the church that I pastored, of the more than 200 members that we have of the Bloomington church that I pastored, only 7 live in my district, and only 7 will be able to vote. So if you were to do it proportionally with the 900, then you probably know what I'm talking about. But I have the support of the church. Sometimes the supporters will pray for you, will give you money. We can't vote. We'll call our friends. We'll tell people to vote. And that's what has been going on. But I have the full
Do you
support
have
of the
another
church.
Liberian? Do you have another Liberian in this race running against you?
No, no.
No, it's just me.
Okay, so you are in a comfortable spot getting the endorsement of our brother Russell, who served on that seat before, and you
Right.
have two other Liberian running against. So let me bring in from Dada Patrick. We almost there with our time. Mr. Patrick, do you have question for Pastor Goba and his team?
So I just like to motivate them. But before I proceed, let me congratulate Mr. Russell. Russell, you are a very good man. You represented your people well. I remember there was an incident of immigration problem regarding the Liberian lady. And when I emailed Mr. Russell, it's unprecedented. The way he responded, he got into this thing. I mean, he put in all his efforts because you are a great man, to see a leader, working 24/7 like that. I mean, don't give up. We wish you all the best, but I just have to recognize you for that incredible job that you did at that time. Thank you so much. Mr. Goba, Reverend Goba, I don't know, is Reverend or Mr. Goba?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Reverend Goba, yeah.
Goba, thank you. And I see the young lady there, Bernice. Thank you so much. You spoke very passionately with respect to how you are knocking on doors of young voters, trying to, give them the kind of motivation they need to stand up to vote. But tonight, every Liberian that is in Minnesota, I want you to please give us your time tonight. This seat is not about Reverend Goba. This is not his family property. But Liberians get to be respected when they have a representation in top leadership of government within the United States. For once, we want you to stand up, put aside your differences, and give him the opportunity to serve not just Liberians, but people in that particular constituent. I know him. I was just reading about you online a couple of months ago, and I know very well your platform is okay. I follow many politics when it comes to Liberia in the US. You talk about affordable housing, you're talking about economic development, you're talking about infrastructure, sustainability, and public safety. This is excellent. And I'm very much aware that these are the challenges the people are faced with in your constituent. Liberians, please, if every Liberian can just make that phone call to get 10 persons to vote, I can guarantee you we can come on this platform again and celebrate. And all of you who are supporting Reverend Goba, you are doing a great job. This is love for country. This is love for our identity as Liberians. For once, I want to see a Liberian at the United States Congress, not just at this low level, but this is a beginning because a million mile starts with a single step. Again,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. I'm humble.
We're going to say to all of you, you want to catch Pastor Goba, come back next week, Saturday. We will open the phone line. Pastor Goba, this will be what we usually do for Brother Russell. We will open the phone line if you want to bring the team back on Saturday. We hope you guys come so early. Listen, you have your church member right here, Sister Glennie. Just ask her for the link. And you have Dr. Richardson on Saturday. If there is no big breaking news in the country, you'll come and we'll open the line and we'll allow the people from Minnesota to talk to you, that you can answer some of the questions. And this is free of charge. Now, our show start at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That will be 3 p.m. Minnesota time. So we hope you can come. We can do a 1-hour program from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., which will be from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. your time. 1 hour, we'll give it to you free. I will talk to the CEO and Dr. Richardson, and then you can answer your people question. But for the introduction today, this is what we're going to leave it, sir. Dr. Richardson, you just joining us. Take a few seconds, speak to them, and then we can, the pastor can say his closing prayer, can pray for us, and bless Sister Glennie that she can find her path in the bosom of Abraham. Go ahead, Dr. Richardson.
Hello, viewers. Hello, listeners. Hello, panelists. I apologize that I'm late. I have family duty that I called today. I just want to join. I think Vandela Patrick was on earlier. I heard his voice and he spoke very highly of the reason why we need a seat at the table. I believe representation is very, very important. So I'm going to just be quiet because I know I'm late already and allow Pastor Goba to say his prayers for us in closing. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I will definitely make sure that I'm here next week.
Again, before I pray, I want to appreciate you and thank you, Mr. Witherspoon, and the team for the privilege and the opportunity to speak to our people. This is very welcoming, and I pray that as you've opened the gates for us to be able to speak, next week we'll be able to answer some of the concerns and the questions they have. But I should come letting them know that I may not have the answers for all the questions they do have. Again, we want to thank you. My team and I, we are grateful. Want to thank Russell for this connection. And Sis Glenley, she's been calling and testing to just make sure I'm doing okay. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I thank you, Brother Vandela, for the encouragement. I'm truly honored. Thank you, brother, for just bringing the other side of it so that it gives me more perspective when I speak to fellow conservatives. Otherwise, who may think I'm a straight Democrat? But let us pray. Father, we thank you for tonight. We thank you for the opportunity and the privilege that you've granted us. For we know that this was something that you set in place before the foundation of the world. And so, Lord, as we come to discuss, we pray that you will continue to give wisdom to this team. Lord, for you have used them to bring to light issues of our country. You have used them to bless our nation and bless us in the diaspora. Father, we pray that you will continue to use them to enlighten us and to educate us on what we need to know. As we leave them now, we leave them not from your presence, but we leave them in your presence, that you will guide them, you will continue to shower them with your blessing, and that they will be able to inform us, educate us, and just bless our nation generally. We thank you and we bless you in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Pastor Goba, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you. Really want to know more about you, and I hope the people of Brooklyn Park can listen to you and get to know you. Thank you a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Say hi to your brother Ash for the Giant, man.
I would definitely do that. I'm supposed to see him tomorrow, so I would definitely do that.
Thank you, Sis Bernice. Good having you, Brother Russell, as always.
Yeah, you guys, thanks so much, man. I got something for you guys too, though. When we win the election, the watch night will have you guys live. We're ready to celebrate.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
We'll definitely invite you guys. Yes.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So there we have it. We want to say thanks to Pastor Goba. I mean, as always, we really do appreciate the pastor. Appreciate each and every one of you that follow us. They will be back next week, Saturday, that we can know more about them, ask more questions, open the phone line, and the people of Brooklyn Park can hear them out. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Fidel Patrick is coming back. The question remained prior to bringing Pastor Goba on. We hear Yeket carrying on, and he's still calling. Dr. Bupler, welcome to the show. I was taken back. You know, Yeket said they received 45,000 United States dollars, and guess what happened? He still have his previous 2 cars. He said for him. That's how the law made it. And not only Yeket, but a lot of them. If you leave it, you can take the car with you. You don't have to pay for the car. These are troubled times in our country, Dr. Bupler. So let's do the rest of the show. We get another 45 minutes. And we'll talk about Samuel 12. Everything he's saying today, he said he's ready to speak and he's ready to tell it all. So we want to play some of the clip of Samuel 12 and hear what he have to say. And then today is a laid-back Saturday. It's raining. And, you know, my oxtail is on the stove. I'm monitoring my oxtail. I put a lot of pepper in it mistakenly, but I will manage it somehow. Again, welcome to the show, Dr. Richardson. Let's get back to you, Dr. Bupler. Talk to us.
Stanton and all my esteemed colleagues, greetings from the wetlands of Lower Magibi. It's been a rainy day all day, but it's been a good day. It's good to be on the show. I just want to say I didn't get a chance to speak to Pastor Goba, but I do want to say that the church is one of the best incubators for developing leaders. And if a pastor can lead effectively, motivate, mobilize, manage, and move people to get things done, he or she can be great at public service. So I wish him the best. I hope he's going to combine his heart and his head because campaign needs messaging and good strategy. So I wish him all the best. But yeah, so it's good to be here tonight. And to just be able to add our voices again, like we always do, to national issues. So Representative Kolba is an interesting character to say the least. Um, and I remember some time back, he came on the show, and I challenged him, and I said, "Listen, you're a person of influence. I wonder if you can take all of your followings and your influence and convert it for good." And he gave a pretty interesting response. And so not much has changed, but we have to pay attention to the people who lead us, because this is going to be a joining for both the leaders and the people. We have to engage and stay engaged if Liberia is going to be what we want it to be. So the engagement continues. We raise our voices, which hold people accountable. We applaud them when they do well. We challenge them when they're not doing as well. And hopefully, tomorrow will be better than yesterday. We remain hopeful. We remain hopeful. I'm an eternal optimist, but I am concerned about a lot of things happening, like we all are. But I think it's going to get better. It's going to get better. So we press on. We press on.
So I don't know if Isaac wanted, I know Doc just coming, but Isaac wanted to. Oh, there goes Stanton.
I'm sorry. It looked like I put a little bit of salt, more salt in that thing. I got to change course. That problem. I'm multitasking.
Look at
I put 2 cube, magic cube, and I put. I don't use the salt. I use the awesome salt. Yeah, but I try to taste it a little bit.
Get a menu online or ask AI to cook that thing for you. Okay, you all of the stuff you need.
I will enjoy it. That thing steaming. That thing doing swear right now. I just put it on steam. Yeah. I'm talking about people that can cook now. That people that cook, they no salt, no pepper. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I get back to the show. I said, we saw the former finance minister, and I want to play some of the videos of him, right? Because we don't have enough time. For Della Patrick is coming back. Let's get into it. He's saying he's ready to speak. A lot of back and forth, though. People are saying, what are you coming to say? He's saying he's ready to speak, Isaac. And Setember, do you think, actually first, do you think Setember should start speaking this early, knowing that he got a court situation? Do you think Setember coming with that bonus? Oh, they will handcuff him. Oh, they will arrest him at the airport. Oh, he's coming from Kuwait. He's coming from Indonesia. He's in South Africa. He's in Kim Jong-un, South Korea. Wherever he came from. Do you think it's too early for Samuel Ditwa Dobro to start speaking right now? I said, talk to me.
So, first off, Samuel Tue is arguably one of the most eloquent people Liberia can boast of. You may disagree with him on policies, you may disagree with him on workings, but when it comes to being able to communicate and clearly express your point, he's one person at the high bar. And so I think it is important that as the former finance minister, not just an ordinary former person, that he speaks. What I do know, though, is Samuel Tue is not going to speak about cases or any case that is in court with him, But there are tons of things he can talk about. The country, he was there. He was the most criticized person from the past government. And today now, the country is where it is. Like today, I gave you an instance.
But wait, Isaac, let me fair here. I know you're going to celebrate this Samuel D12. Now, is he defending something that he created that led to this mess the country found herself in?
No, Samuel does not have to defend anything. Samuel just has to speak to what is going on in the country. When he was there, he did what he could do. He is not there. He is not doing what he is not doing now. He is not coming to defend.
You cry. You cry. Right now, we got an issue coming up. I said, I will beat on you because Uncle Sam is not here. And I will get a chance to our sisters here and Dr. Bopler and the Brother Patrick. From your ministry, let's go into the youth and sport ministry. Minister Zoka Wilson, Deputy Minister for Youth, Asido.
Yeah.
You complain about the Lone Star. You left the waterway, how you call it?
Yeah.
Beach and waterway guys. You didn't pay them. You put it on slow pay. You didn't find some kind of solution to that problem. They are talking about going on the street this week to protest. They want the money. Cemetery left you in that bubble. How can Cemetery come now to defend something that he created?
And that's exactly why Cemetery needs to speak. But listen, thing on the project you talked about is the Tessie project, former beach and waterways, where these poor people come and swim, clean the beaches, and then we pay them small thing, $80, $100, different amounts. Now, when we were there, we had a couple of protests based on late payment for that project. And the average late payment we have had was 2 months. We had protests on assignment tour. Today, we have up to 9 months of no payment, not even a single month, I would say. When Samatua was there and we had an average of 2 months of payment, United Party beat on him. Say he's suffering the poor people. Today, he is not there. And we have 9 months of non-payment of these people, just 1 single month. Should be able to.
Are you saying that this government have not paid them?
Not at all. Not a single.
This group that's saying they're going to protest this week. To Black Traffic, to go to Kobangalu office and Blackie. Our government for 9 months, we have not taken care of them. Are they still registered as beach and waterway folks?
Well, the project is there. What should be paid? There should be their areas. What happens?
But how can Senator bring them in on a slower pay and know that it wasn't part of the budget and know that he was there digging hole and covering hole just to get them by? You think it was a good strategy from Senator?
They are part of the budget. That budget line is there. The money is there. But again, like we keep saying, you can lie to win election. You cannot lie to govern a country.
Your most famous line. Let me go to Glenny. Glenny, Senator said, let's take it step by step. We can still squeeze some time in Glenny. Senator said he's back. He is about to speak. We're hearing about this protest coming up this week from the beach and waterway. I said, those say, well, we had them for 6 years. It was only twice we had problem paying them. UP government have not paid them a damn since they took over. They're not going to hit the street in major protests. Glendy, Senator said, I want to speak. Speak on what?
Maybe he should start the conversation from the missing billions or millions. Start the conversation from how is it that the country that he was finance minister for is now having all of these issues with all this stuff. I mean, he's a Liberian. He has his voice. He can speak, but he should. I don't know if now is the appropriate time for him to talk. He's a talkative guy, so of course he's going to be talking. But what is the importance of him speaking now? I mean, I don't see why he thinks. But if he's going to talk, let him start back from when he was finance minister and those things that he did wrong, and start admitting to
some of those things. Can you name some of them?
Well, we're talking about the missing billions. We're talking about the missing continuum. We're talking about the payroll that we have so many ghost workers on. All of those things he was finance minister during those times. How can he speak to those things? Those are things that he should speak to. So I think that's where he should start from first. Those things that he did wrong that they have now subsequently discovered what can he say about those things before coming to become? And I think when you're coming from somewhere and you have an issue, you have a case that's pending, that's coming up, and the first thing you want to do is to get on the defense to say, let me start talking. I mean, I didn't even listen to him because for me, it's no point.
Well, again, you didn't listen to him, but a lot of stuff came from there today. I'm going to want to bring in Dr. Richardson before I bring in the gentleman. Dr. Richardson, Samuel 12, he hit on harmonization. He said, if you say it's by why you say keeping it, just get rid of it. Samuel 12 talking about a lot of issues. And the reason why we're flagging Samuel 12, because for 6 years, he ran the economy, he ran the system, he ran the budgetary line, he ran everything in the country. Talk to us. He's back. He want to speak. Early today, whether you listen to him, that we're going to play some of the clip. But it's concerning. What is he coming to speak on that will move a rock, that will move an ant, that will move the mountain? Talk to me, Dr. Richardson.
So I'll be glad to hear him speak. It's his right to hear him speak, but I believe that he can elaborate on issue relating to the $37 million involving HPX. That was money that was misappropriated from the Liberian government. He can talk about, I very much vividly remember, and I'll never forget this story, the Charles Gall story that we air on Spoon relating to the Buchanan port, even though it was, he tied in Bill Twire into the story, but I believe Samuel Twire name was brought up in this situation. We also talk about the National Road Fund situation. Samuel Twire himself came on this show to defend his involvement in the road fund, as well as why he had to redirect funds, I think he said for salary. So there's all these issues. And of course, he's sanctioned. He's unsanctioned. The American government has not really quite taken him to court, and they have used allegedly, but he's sanctioned for bribing the legislative process, for bribing the legislators. He's sanctioned for corruption. So I want him to focus and his time on getting a defense for those things instead of I'm not in the mood for nothing talking in Liberia right now.
That free talk. They call it free talk.
Yeah, free talk is not going to develop our country behind, as I often say. So when he stands up to speak, let him speak.
Do you think, Dr. Richardson, do you think Samuel Twire speaking would move this government? Do you think Samuel Twire position he's taking now that open? Listen, to be frank, Dr. Richardson, I have not seen one sedition taking the sense Samuel Twire is taking today. Do you think they're on a mission yet?
What is he? Well, I'm sorry. He's speaking because he's saying that this government is doing exactly what
speaking on substance, speaking on issues, right? Speaking to the economy, speaking to the healthcare system that we set aside $8 million and you guys abuse it. Speaking to those little bread and butter issues that Senator about to take a look at.
I actually see those things as apple and oranges. Okay, Samuel Twire did something wrong. Just because he did something wrong doesn't mean that this incoming government should be held accountable for his wrongness. Let this incoming government answer for themselves. All right. And let him, he should answer for himself. Just because we have bad governance in the country, that doesn't mean that everybody should just come in and do things the way that they want to do it. He should be held accountable, just as the people who in this government that are stealing should be held accountable. And that's how I see it.
Guys, again, don't forget, tomorrow we'll have Akaris Mose Gray on the round table. Don't forget, we're squeezing to this Samuel Twire coming out to speak. Let me bring in Fadela Patrick. Fadela Patrick, talk to us, man. You saw Samuel Twire. If you didn't listen to him, I want to do this first round and play some of the clips. But again, he said, I'm coming out. Look at me. I'm coming to talk. You know him.
Well, basically, I like to encourage him to defend him. Defend himself. He was in hiding. And he came out. I think that is boldness. It demonstrates confidence in the judicial system. And wherever he was in hiding, I don't know whether he was in hiding or not, but I like to encourage him because once in similar situation, especially where we were indicted, so the man ran away, we came back to face justice. So I like to see people with that kind of courage coming to face the justice system. But I don't want to preempt. But Samuel Twire will vomit some things that will put this government on a very serious defensive. You just mentioned one of them, harmonization. We saw during the election, the rescue missionaries were moving with this campaign The people didn't do well. They harmonized your salaries. So the masses, especially those in the civil service, say you harmonize our salaries, will harmonize your votes. 9 months, the government has not taken an unprecedented position to reverse or maybe to do something. So Samuel 12 will have a good justification. Whether we like it or not, to have kept that policy on the book, something you criticize, you campaign against, you still keeping it. You started harmonizing the people's salary from the time you took office. So you are no different from the regime in the past. They don't have the moral credentials to say harmonization was a bad policy. And so when Samuel 12 speaks, it will be bad. You ask a question as to whether he has the ability to convince. Yes. Right now, let me say this. The man is at the point of crucifixion. And so that regime that wants to crucify him is not going to go down alone. He will not. Samuel 12 will speak like a man. One thing people should understand, if this guy was not sophisticated and armed enough with information, he wouldn't have come in this country.
Let me hold you right there. Patrick, please. Let me hold you right there. You are going ahead of our conversation, but it's all good. What do you think Samuel Toy had on some of these government officials, these lawmakers and folks right now? What do you think he have on some of them that took everything in his blood, in his bone, in his marrow, everything in him to come back to Liberia and say, I dare you, I'm going to expose you? What do you think he have on some of them?
So I will give you right back. You just told on last night that Senator Nathaniel McGee is going to walk free. And remember, he was Minister of State under George Weah. You stated on this platform last night that nothing will happen. You're going to walk free and you trust your souls. 100%.
I said that. I said that.
Fine. That's in souls. It's not only linked to McGill alone. It's linked to the hierarchy of the CDC. Mayu, Samuel Toy, and McGill worked very closely prior to his sanction. So now, what I can say is, I'm assuming with our admitting that Samuel Toy worked as, in fact, he was in the kitchen distributing. As a minister of finance, you decide who gets what. Even though when the national legislature appropriates, you will decide, you will be the final person. Maybe you rely certain bureaucracy for certain ministry and agency to get money. At the same time, people that were in opposition, our rescue brothers, including other individuals, hey, you cannot be minister of finance in this country and nobody do business for you, both in the public and private
Let's hold you right there. Let me bring it. Guys, I got to interesting, folks. Share the show. Share this show. For the next 30 minutes, we are yet only for 30 minutes. My oxtail is ready. I'm thinking about Simon Tway. I'm trying to go into Bobo Dio head, right? I'm trying to break something out of that because I think he came on a mission that will play. Simon Tway came on a mission. For Simon Tway to come back to Liberia and say, let me hear, and started speaking this early. I have not seen anyone in CDC, government, fashion, or party coming out like the way Simon Tway coming out. One shot, one goal. One shot, one goal. Dr. Bobler talked to me. What's pushing Samuel Toy here?
Stanton, Samuel Toy had one of the most significant positions in the government. From a fiscal management perspective, he had the position, he had the power, he had purpose. What did he say? Is there anything we can look at that said during his time, he actually induced injections into the economy? Did he close up leakages in the economy? Did the value of our money increase during his time? The answer is absolutely no. So you didn't speak when you had a position and an opportunity to say significant things. Now you're going to speak. I'm totally uninterested in what he has to say. This man was the principal for fiscal policy in the republic. And there were corruption, there were leakages, there were wastage. And now he going to speak and say what? We got real problems. We got real issues. I'm totally uninterested.
That's a problem. That's a problem. Doesn't mean that he shouldn't speak.
Oh, I didn't say he shouldn't, and he probably will. That's his right. I respect that. I'm just saying he had an opportunity to say significant things by
Don't you
his
think that
action.
as a
By his action.
Dr. Buble, as a man of God, or you
No,
need
no, I'm talking as a man of God now. I'm talking as an economist. I'm talking as an economist. As a Hopkins economist, I know what I'm talking about. That man of God when we're talking here. I'm speaking as an economist. Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you.
But that's a problem. I understand your position here, but I'll bring in the man of God past more now, okay? Because you got the devil still making his case to God. The devil said, Job, I'm a righteous man. Job is good. You know, God said Job is good. Yeah, and then the devil said, well, he's only good because you're giving him everything he asked for. You give me everything. If you take something away, hold on at that, Pastor Reverend Bopler. If you take everything away from you, the man will curse you to your face. Don't you think it was then that the devil was able to convince God that put him to a test? What say you, Dr. Bopler? That you said, yeah, go ahead.
Listen, CEO, I'm not saying he shouldn't speak. He probably will speak. When he has spoken, if there are things of substance and we have an opportunity to respond. All I'm saying is he had a greater opportunity when he was the finance minister, the principal for fiscal policy in the republic. He could have closed up the leakages. He could have infused injections, more investment, so the value of people's money will go up. Job creation. He did none of those things. So now he comes back after he has been indicted on some things, and he's going to speak. Fine, exercise your right. From an economic standpoint, I'm not interested. I mean, let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. But he missed a great opportunity to speak for 6 long years.
Before we go to our brother Conor Gray, his argument that, listen, you condemn harmonization, but you use harmonization. Are you not interested in hearing that argument?
No, so listen. So yeah, in fact, harmonization was one of the things that helped the boycott campaign. Publicists were pretty upset about that with the weird government. I don't know that that means that Mr. Boycott is not going to reverse modify some of that. So that's the president's timetable. We'll wait and see. All I'm saying is,
do you think that it's necessary then for the men that created harmonization to speak on the harmonization issue?
he can. I'm sure he can speak on that in a
Well,
whole plethora of things.
we beat up Setember. That Setember, hey, you and Thomas, hold on, Pastor. That you and Thomas do now created a medtech fake account, and you're still from the Liberian people. We beat on him, but Setember is coming by and say you beat on me. But your people using the medtech account to give with that $96,000 car. Don't you think he got every moral right to speak on that as well?
Of course, and just like we are, you know.
I don't want to finish you here. I'm not a Saboteur defender. Let me go to my brother, Colonel Ed, Reverend Gray. Thank you very much, Pastor. Listen, we are here to make political cases. We in the middle. We are independent. But I have now convinced the own Reverend Dr. Bupler that Saboteur must speak and Saboteur will speak. Ed, Reverend Gray, talk to me, my brother. Colonel Gray, they retire.
Well, fellow panelists, thank you so much. I've been in and out, but that's personal. What I'll say is it's even preposterous for anybody to think that a government will land in 9 months and start reversing some of the messes that were created by Samuel Toye and the likes. The issue of harmonization was one that crippled our economy, and then they beefed up the payroll. All of these damages that were done require steady study for somebody to understand exactly what they inherited. So for a guy who was on the run, who probably was not eating all the time he was on the run, will come and want to infuse he wants to redirect the conversation. But I think the Samuel Toye came because he understand or understood one thing, they're not going to do anything to him. This government does not have the capacity to go after people who have done wrong. So he knows that. Samuel could not stand Mr. Taylor. He left the country. He know that. Because you know what? When people have assessed exactly who this government is, they're going to come with some rubbish. But it doesn't have the moral turpitude to be standing out there talking about the economy when he left us not even in a hole, but he left us in a tunnel that is dark. We don't even know how to even navigate our way out of that. Who is it to come now and be talking? You know, Samuel should have landed with his with his feet up the air. I think we are directing democracy the way it was not intended.
Thank you.
Democracy does not mean that somebody should have ultimate freedom.
Thank you.
To
Thank you
ravage
very
our
much.
economy,
It's good.
and that guy should be behind bar right now.
Thank you, Brother
The
Greg. We'll
government
come to
should be
that.
thinking
We'll come to that. It's good to have you back, Brother Greg. Thank you very much, folks.
Yeah, but CEO, let me just
hold on 1 minute. After Acido, we'll come to you for that, Patrick. But let me say this. It's very, very important for us to go ahead and have this conversation. And I like everybody, listen, to each his own. Acido, let me bring you back. You have heard from everyone, though. Talk to me.
So, Stato, Samuel beef up the payroll. He left the payroll at 298 million. Burma Kamara and the other people did not beef up the payroll, but the payroll has 301 million. Samuel, are we Stato, are we living on Mars or are we on planet Earth? So Samuel was beefing up the payroll at 298 million. Rescue King, they are not beefing up the payroll, but it's at 301 million. Where are we? Are we on F? I think somebody is lost. Hey, let me go to the second point. Can you imagine? In 2024, somebody sitting on a national platform and still talking about 60 billion loss. I mean, it is sad. I thought it is very sad. In 2024, somebody's still talking about 16 billion loss. I mean, how much can we do? What else can we say? It is sad, right? And then lastly, we have my doctor saying, what is Samuel coming to say? He's supposed to talk when he was there. He was the one implementing what he implemented, and you said what he was doing was bad. What he was saying was what I am doing is better. But you said it was bad. So what did you want him to talk at the time? He was the one implementing it. Sir, he implemented wired policy, wired fee payment. You said it was bad. Today, you still maintain it. So he's coming to ask you, when are you taking it from there? He implemented tuition free at the University of Liberia. You said it was bad. He wants to ask you now, when are you taking it off? He implemented the issue of building market houses and around. You said it was bad. So he's coming to ask you, when are you breaking those market houses down to build the one that is so good that you know? He came on and brought on a lot of issues. A lot. You said everything was bad. He used to pay taxi worker, preaching and waterways worker. You said, no, you are not paying the people. Today, you are not paying them. He's coming to ask you. You said he brought harmonization to be redistribution of poverty. Today, you are still having harmonization. So Samuel is coming to speak on the issues that exist. You will only be living in Ethiopia. Some, I know they say Ethiopia can celebrate. They are celebrating 2017 now. You know, wherein you celebrating a different year. When we talking different things, and you ask him why is Samuel coming to speak? He was the finance minister of the Republic of Liberia. It was under his policies that he implemented that you say everything was bad. Today he is about to ask you, what are you doing differently?
Oh, I should hold on 1 minute. I should hold on 1 minute. Before we go to our sister, let me bring Federa Patrick in. I'll go to sis, Dr. Richardson and sis Glendy. But folks, again, we will go. Yeah, real quick,
Yeah.
I said.
I wanted to end on this. And again, he said something today. You said doctors, nurses were not being paid this and that. He said, when we were there, we advocated for and with the nurses. We agreed to beef up their salary. We placed in the budget 5 million that will increase the salaries, 8 million, I would say, that will increase the salaries of nurses and doctors. You came on and you removed it. You removed it. Instead of you increasing the salaries of nurses that you said were being treated poorly, you removed what he put there. And you think he should not ask you, what's your policy to make these doctors, these nurses have better paying jobs and their salaries be increased? I think he should. Please, let's live in Liberia, not Ethiopia that is celebrating 2017.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Fadela. Fadela, let me ask you before we go to our sister, and our sister Jackie is joining us, so the women will take over, but it is very interesting. I don't know what kind of great left. It's good to have you, Sister Jackie. It's good to see you. And again, thank God that the weather pass over you will come to you and hear how safe you are. If you want a place to stay, I guarantee you Liberia is your home. Go back to Liberia. But it's good to have you. Oh, let me say, let me bring in Fadela Patrick though. My phone is going off like crazy. And it's evenly questioned. Senator got a lot to say, but he shouldn't talk now. Another group saying Senator should be quiet. And yes, the independent group saying Senator should speak. We want to hear him. Fadela Patrick, how troubling this is for the Unity Party when Senator opening his mouth to speak? Or you think it just even...
That question can only be answered by Samuel Toy because we don't know the kind of shoes he's wearing. But I think morally it's wrong for a man or woman to speak against their conscience. There's no constitutional limitation as to when and how someone should speak. He's in a shoe. So he decides whether to speak now or maybe tomorrow. But the Samuel Toy that I know will be brutal in his speech. He's going to be very brutal. Because the system is being used in his perception to demoralize him. We saw how his photos were all over. So this guy is coming. And this man, whatever he's going to say here, today, whether he speaks tomorrow or Monday or next week, it's going to be a war within the Unity Party. They will struggle to defend. And I said this clearly. During the campaign, many of those promises that were made by the rescue missionaries, the issue of salary harmonization, it led the rescue mission to get a lot of votes from the civil servants. You understand? And today, the policy is still on book, and some of them are still being dismissed, especially that reckless letter that came from somewhere dismissing somebody for freedom of expression, knowing that Liberia signed the Table Mountain Declaration, to repeal some of those laws where people have to express themselves freely without being retributed. Samuel Toy is going to engage. Like I said, those say, hey, we have to be very honest. Things are happening that should not happen. Apparently, they got waited to say, let me wait and see the mistakes. The LTA mass looting taking place. Ministry of Commerce, we're talking about stealing. LRA, everything is happening there. In the wake of all these competing challenges faced by the rescue missionaries, that they have not taken an unprecedented position to address them. And you want to go after someone to tar them? Do you expect such a person to just open up and surrender? There's a parable that never make an attempt to flog a man in front of a wife. No matter how lazy he is, he will put up the strongest resistance. So as I conclude,
thank you.
Let me conclude on this. Right now, it is to drive public sentiment against the UP, and it will hold. He has the convincing ability, he has statistical evidence to prove that this is what we did, and you condemn it that brought you to power. So why are you, the question of why have you not changed? I listened to...
real quick. We are better on the show now. Let's make it out.
I listened to Robert talking about... Somebody said that it's just 9 months, so we should keep quiet. Hey, it is now also a guarantee that the longer you stay in public office, the better things will be. If that was the case, Africa would have been developed because you are president and have spent more than 20, 30 years.
Thank you.
Let us do away with that thing. It stay too soon. It stay too soon. And the same thing made the less of acid donor today to be out of power because when we're talking
again, we want to say thank you, our brother Patrick. Let me say this to you that all that I say Stanton look very handsome today. I say thank you. Stanton look handsome every day. And again, my number is 609-649-4206. Call me and I will say some gift.
You competing with acid though because I press acid though tonight. They see you jealous.
No, jealousy with you. Jealousy with you, my brother.
We want to welcome our sister and our only brother who is a handicap on the show, brother Asif Atuba. You're always welcome. I want to say to all of you, we got limited time, but we got to go to the phone. I want to hear the people. Let me play some assignment to videos, right? The video today were powerful, folks. Go back and watch. And let me say this. Let me play some of this.
It will be a bit challenging. It will be problem.
So this about Nelson Kola, he asking the people, and think this is very interesting to ask about too. But he asking the people, right? The people in the market, the challenges they are faced with. We'll come to it, but let me go to the Summit 12 video.
New government that will show visible signs of progress in the country will be known after 6 months. And because George Weah was known after 6 months, roads were being constructed. Government reduced salaries. What has been the tangible, visible sign of productivity of a government in 9 months? MOUs, 3 billion from China. I signed a 2.5 billion swap deal from China.
Let me hold that real quick. And Vadara Patrick spoke to this. That's what Rich is saying. Sister Glendy, my dear sister Jackie, he is hitting on that. I don't know, because since they came back from China, nobody here officially from the government about the 3 billion deal. Now, Summit is taking that as an opportunity to say that was a lie. That's what Rich is saying. The argument is about to be made.
So the argument is when Samuel Tuer was in power, what did he do with the Liberian people money? How did he enhance the Liberian people money? How did he improve our economy? It's not whether he supported Wyatt and we still have Wyatt. It's not whether he put in harmonization and we still have harmonization. It's not whether, they pay the nurses money and now they remove the nurses' salary. That is not the issue. That is an issue. I'm not saying it's not an issue. It's an issue. But he needs to answer. And where he's answering now under the sycamore tree is not a place to answer. He needs to answer in court. That's why I want you to speak.
No, Richard, let me hold you there. I beg you. Allow me, please, real quick, because Sister Glennie is fuming. You can see it. She won't come and she's telling red and yellow mix, which is proper, if that's correct. But Dr. Richard said, is Senator, does he have an argument? Or you saying, no, just ignore it. And let's talk about what he did. Is that an argument to be made? And listen, folks, this is what I left there, and your government is still running on it. Does he have that argument? Can he make that argument to take away that 20,500 people that voted to make President Bwaka president? Those were independent people. Those were people that was on the fence. Those were disenchanted sedition. Can he convince them now to come back to the sheepfold, to come back under the sycamore tree and say, listen, you left us for no reason? The same thing is happening. Can Senator make that argument?
He has the argument, but he's not the best messenger for this argument. What did he do? How did he improve again? How did he improve the economy? If Samuel Tuer did better than the government that we have in place now, then I can rest my case. But he didn't do better. That shows to me that he does not know better, or he knows.
Is the government in place not doing better than Samuel Tuer says he is?
Well, no, they're not doing it.
Okay, we'll come back to you, sister. Yes. I like the conversation. We'll come back to the sister Dr. Special Chinwe. Granny, go ahead, talk to me.
I want to ask Vandela Patrick, were you ever in CDC?
No.
You were never in CDC?
No.
You sound like a seditious. You sound like a sympathizer to CDC.
Well,
because when I'm following you, and I'm let me say, please.
No, go ahead. You're free to talk.
Yeah, let me say, when I'm following you and someone who I have followed and very proud of you and the side and some of the positions you've taken to listen to you here and try to threaten people because Samuel is this big man who no one can challenge when he speaks. I'm disappointed. I'm seriously disappointed to hear you. Samuel will speak. The people will be scared. You're talking like the people that's in power right now don't have records of Samuel being a minister. You're talking like whatever Samuel has, no one can counteract that. I'm surprised. I'm surprised when you come in, you're speaking that, like everybody should be afraid that Samuel who helped to wreck the government of Liberia, is this whole saint now, is this big saint that Liberia should be afraid of because he's talking. No, there are other Liberians who are more capable than Samuel who will be able to counteract what he has to say. No one's going to be afraid of him. Like Dr. Richardson said, when he was in government, what did he do? We're coming directly off what he's done when he was in government. So there are records there to show what he has done. And for anyone to threaten anybody, and I'm not a UPS, for anyone to think that we should not think that Samuel is Lord and gospel, that this is the person we should be listening to, this is the yardstick for financial issues in Liberia, that's sad. I'm sad, and I just want to say I'm disappointed. Seriously disappointed in what you've said and how we should react to Samuel and how everybody's going to be afraid that he's going to talk. Let him start talking for when he was a finance minister in government, the things that he did. That's where he should start from.
Okay. So let me ask a question. Because let's be fair on the show, how did Vandella Patrick threaten anyone?
Because he said, and let me tell you, there's always two people in a conversation. The one who's speaking and the one who's listening. And because my interpretation can be subjective, that's how I'm interpreting what he's saying. He's saying that Samuel when he speaks, UP will not be able to counteract it. He's saying when Samuel when he starts talking, UP will be in trouble. When Samuel the man came with a vengeance, this is somebody who probably don't have anything. That's what he said. So
See,
but go ahead, Vandella Patrick. You can speak for yourself.
Says Glendy.
Santon Vanilla can respond.
No, guys. This is the Conor Gray, don't interrupt the show, please. Conor Gray, I'm conducting the show, please. Vanilla Patrick is allowed to speak. Conor Gray, don't interrupt the show, please. Please don't do that. Vanilla Patrick, go ahead.
It will not be. Let's be interactive.
Conor Gray, please do not interrupt the show. You will have your time, please. Go ahead, Vandella Patrick.
Let me just erase the fear of my sister. I live in this country, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Maybe if you misconstrue me, I didn't threaten anybody. I was speaking based on the existing protocols with respect to the governance sector of our country. Secondly, and I will be very clear with you tonight, what many of you don't say is what we see. I told you when this man was inducted, people said he will not come around. To see him bouncing back in a country that is looking for somebody to be persecuted. In the past, we saw public officials, they ran away from this country, they did not come back. That alone should send a signal to you that this man knows what he's standing on. Last night, you did not ask the CEO. When the CEO told you that Nathaniel Magay is going to walk free.
I wasn't on last night. Let me correct you.
I'm just reminding you now.
I wasn't on.
Last night, the CEO.
One at a time, guys. Make it fast, Vandella Patrick.
I think there were one allegation.
I just give you time to just respond to her statement that you threatened someone. That's all.
So, I know my sister is sometimes, you're not understanding the politics. But look, and I want to repeat, the bottom line is this man is the former finance minister. There are several policies that the rescue mission came, they said it was bad. And one of them has to do with salary harmonization because it was clear. I went to ministries and agencies, they threatened the CDC that, look, say you harmonize our salaries, we'll harmonize your vote. After 9 months, the policy is still on the book. It raises question for people to justify that it stayed too soon because we got 9 months. I'm saying no, give us a blueprint. And so just so you know, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo remains my presidential candidate, and I believe he's the right person to deliver this country, just so you know.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Let me bring in Jackie. Sister Jackie, you hearing the argument, the back and forth here and there, and again, guys, please. You can have only one moderator at a time. Will not interrupt this program. Please. With respect to every one of us, let's have a good show. Jackie, your argument. Senator is being very forceful. He's coming back. The give and take. You following the show. You following Facebook. What say you?
Thank you, Stanton, and hello to everybody. I hope I can be on the show throughout the end. As you can see behind me, I placed my phone. My phone just fell earlier because I had call coming in, but I had to position it to get some sunlight. And as it gets dark, I will either, if I'm on the show, speak in the darkness or just get off. If my phone is not even on full right now, but I can charge it in the car. So just before I go into the politics,
Are you okay though? Are you okay?
Yeah, but we don't have food. We don't have light. Water just came this morning.
Oh, the hurricane.
Yeah, from the
Okay.
Hurricane Helen. So I'm in one of those affected areas, but not too bad. Trees all over the place. The electric wires are all over the place. We keep getting warning through our phones, from the government letting us know what's going on, that we should watch out for trees if we're going out. The gas stations in my area, they are all shut down. If you do find a gas station, the lines are from here to Timbuktu. So luckily, I do have gas in my car for now. We don't know when we're going to get electricity back. We're hearing maybe by Wednesday. So it is terrible. We hope Wednesday, but it could be a week. We don't know. So the issue of food and gas, that's something that's crazy. And Lord help those people who are sick right now in their homes and stuff like that. So it's bad. I am okay, but we got to keep those in prayers who are badly affected. A few people died, but the after effect of the hurricane, we are still feeling it, and it is terrible. In my neighborhood, there's some trees that look like they're about to fall any minute from now. Trees are all over the place on the road and stuff. They even got roadblocks because of the electric wires and trees. So
Which
it's
state?
not too good,
Jackie, which
but
state?
physically I'm okay.
Which state, Jackie?
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, Georgia, the storm came straight through Georgia from Florida. So
We pray that all is well, Jackie. If you can make the show, fine. If not, we can see you another time. But again, we're ready.
yeah, I'm okay for now. I'm just saying that as the sun goes down, you guys will not be able to. Yeah, I will lose light.
So there is no LDC in Georgia right now.
No, you see me in the dark. I slept in the darkness last night. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but all is well. We'll just keep praying for everybody who impacted by the storm. And unfortunately, some people lost their lives, but at least the death rate is not too bad, as people expected it to be.
Okay, thank you, Glenn. Thank
Yeah,
you, Jack.
but going to the politics of things, Sam Tware, we all know he, and even his own colleagues on the CDC side know him for being a sweet talker. He's the type of person who can sell literally anything. He can sell a used tire. He will try to sell a used tire and tell the public that it's a brand new tire from the top of the line tire. So that's who Sam Tware is. He embellishes the truth. He hides the facts, and he's going out there because of several reasons. The reason why he's talking is because he's embarrassed, he's ashamed, he know he did wrong. He know that he did 5.2 million people wrong the 6 years he served in office. So we should not be distracted by all that sweet talk and lies and embellishment by Sam Tware. That's who he is. The 6 years he ran the government, and he's one of the main reasons CDC even lost this election. If I were president, I would be upset with Sam Tware and tell him to shut up. Enough talk, enough of the talk. He's the reason. When Sam Tware went out there to talk during the election, the Liberian people even lost more confidence in CDC and they drifted away from CDC. So if I were a former president, I would tell Setember, be quiet. If you know you did wrong, go and face the law in the courts. If you know you didn't do wrong, defend yourself in the court, because he has absolutely no credibility. And the reason he's talking is because he's embarrassed and he is ashamed. And that is the truth of the matter. So nothing going to change that. We all know his own CDC people know him. So forget the you people. CDC people right around the president know who Setember is. And he
Is this
needs
the
to stay
that said that we were giving Eric scoring, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This man is the reason George Weah lost the election today. The off-budget spending, the harmonization, all these things. This Setember is the reason George Weah is no longer president today. He should not blame it on United Party. He shouldn't blame it on UP or anybody else. He should take blame and responsibility for the fact that CDC is no longer in power today. Setember is the #1 reason unit and CDC is no longer in government today. He has no credibility.
I'm afraid of the women on the show. Let me come in with my brother, Colonel Edward McGray. Talk to me, Colonel Gray.
Center, I think my internet is delayed a little bit. We're getting a fracas of the storm. But anyway, it's okay. Here's the deal. I think Setember, like I said, entered a principality where he knows there's not even a scarecrow that will drive him away. He understands the turf on which he stands. That's why he's making all of these comments. Look, he's given a platform that he created. That should not have been the democracy that we should be running by now. When a man wrongs the law, should be facing the law, not to be given a podium of audience. I say this to say that as long as there's a vacuum in leadership in Liberia right now, Setember will speak, because he has seen that nobody's going to go after him. You said there the other day that Magay is going to walk free. And I believe you. I've seen so many people walking free. We're talking free. Nothing is coming out of it. So if I were Setember, why would I be on the run when nobody is chasing after me? So he came to prove that, and he proved that. So therefore, he has a platform that he created himself. But let me say this. People always say they left the payroll at 291 million. That is void of all those extra payroll they had on the side. You know, those various supplemental payroll, you know, the corner side payroll, girlfriend payroll. That is what everything coming out to light. That's why you see, in spite of all of the dismissal that have been made by this government to, you know, weed of people who came in through government expenditure illegally, still the wage bill is 300 and whatever it is right now. But because they left it that way deliberately, there are a lot of people taking pay that were now on government, they were now on regular payroll. Those ones are the ones they're getting rid of now. So many of them. And then let me say this. Setember stood over there and said, a government that will better the people, in 6 months you will know. It took the CDC government 2 freaking years to come up with that a proper agenda. And in 3 years, the people were still begging, please give this man a chance. He just got there. And this is the guy who coming to control the narrative. Like I said, the platform should have been different. But you know what? In the void of leadership, when the cats are away, the mouse will play. This guy is a mouse. He's going to play because there are no cats in the principality. So therefore, he has a platform that he can create himself. Setember could not have done this in a real democracy where people don't bend the rules. And that's exactly what we need in Liberia. I don't see it that way. Sorry to say that, my brother.
And let me ask you, you said that the girlfriend payroll, I mean, can you give me a few seconds? They had a girlfriend payroll separate?
Man, you know how many girlfriends of those people were on payroll?
So they call that a girlfriend payroll.
Even the president. They 10 payroll.
Let me bring in Ava. Ava, welcome to the show. Talk to us. Ava, unmute yourself now, my man. Every day.
Oh, I'm trying to do. Now, Papi. So, again, greetings to everybody out there. I had the opportunity for somebody, to go on a farm, the demonstration farm at UDC today, to kind of show somebody something we did for the entire CDC leadership, but they never utilized it. We just hope that this administration here, whose representative were there, will be able to communicate and utilize that thing to help the agriculture sector. But I was also opportunity to move with one of my men to a dumber spot. And Spoon was hot in that spot. The people love Spoon. But yeah, I enjoy my dumber. So
where? Where's the spot? Where?
The spot is NG spot right in Silver Spring area. Yeah.
Angeline, my cousin. Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's not her. Pratt or Parrot?
Angela Bleeder, cousin, right?
Which one of the Angela?
Pratt. They're not Parrot. They're not Parrot.
One of them, my cousin to the Parrot. Okay. Wouldn't it would be Parrot again? That burned me. But go ahead.
One of our cooks at Kennedy.
Now my cousin, she will get there and get tired. Go ahead, ask it.
Yeah, she get ready to throw down, and they had a ghost pepper there, the real hot pepper. My man, who I went with, is everything was coming down.
You answer the question. Leave food business here.
The man will be like me.
The way stand on that food business, when instead of describing cooking, say you can be hungry, you want to eat straight.
I got an upsell. I can bring a piece. I can bring a piece of upsell right now. I got an upsell.
Somebody can give you script about the food, then you get added. Just tell me all the thing about cooking, so that you can count and show, you can tell that you can cook. But you can't be convinced, though. I think you can cook. But anyway, while the experience today just took me back briefly before I come to that thing about Samuel to that joke there. Just this whole idea about
when you say that joke, no, let's leave the whole experience and full sudden because we get enough time, man, after 11. What you say Samuel to saying that I'm coming back
Samuel Tue is one of those people who got the gift of gab with no substance behind it. Samuel Tue can talk. You got to give credit.
Look, Samuel talking can move a mountain, can convince folks.
No, not move mountain, but situationally, he can try to mesmerize the ignorant people with talk. But when you come to substance, it's empty. Ask Paul Kennedy behind me how many times me, Paul, and Samuel Tue argue, and Samuel Tue they're arguing baselessly without any substance and we lose the argument. He never wins a real argument with anybody with intellect. Ask Paul Kennedy behind me. So that's why I don't take what Samuel Tue is saying now. He tried to use rationalization because whatever you did before, the people still doing it or something, so that justify all the nonsense you did before. No, it doesn't. You got to account for your term. What you did in government, the promises we made as CDC to the people, to the youth, what Isaac do as deputy minister abuse, he do nothing for them. To all the people who promised the market women, to the empowerment of women that we're talking about are never happy. So there's just so many gaps in what we promised the people versus what we did. That even the 3% or whatever, or 8% school that Nemo gave CDC at the end of the term, our generosity. Because the actual production of the CDC government, to me, was empty. So for Samuel to come now and talk, or for even Vandala Patrick's to be elevating the position of Samuel Tue, let it be an impact. I said the government is extremely weak, that the voice of Samuel Tue will have an impact on what this government does.
No. That answer feeling. That Ava feeling. That Ava have his time.
So,
please.
So can I just?
You hear me?
No, yeah, we hearing you. Everybody is on. Let Ava have his time, please, guys.
Well, I thought I mean though.
No, I thought Ava is me.
No, guys. I don't know. Please, we're begging you. They will be asked to do. Don't go to Fantella Patrick. But let Ava.
Let me even heard Dr. Bobler speak on this.
Dr. Bobler did. Dr. Bobler did. You will come back again. But Ava, finish up, please.
Oh man, I don't care how you polish doodoo I don't care how you put beautiful tea around it. Poo-poo da poo-poo. So I can speak first, after they can come after me, talk all the thing. The Labrenpo felt the impact. The difference is for the last 9 months, the residual effect from what the CDC government did has not even been really touched or rectified yet. The way they despoiled the governance system, the financial system in governance, and how people approach work, the ethic of people in government.
But let me
It
ask you a
hasn't been
question,
touched.
Ava. If
Yeah.
that is the case, if what you are saying is true amongst the people, why do people feel that they are still going under the same torture CDC left them? Why they are saying that or rescue is just only but few? Why they are saying that, listen, you say you came to rescue me from CDC, but it's like you rescue yourself because I'm in Bodana tribe, the car issue, Abdullah Kamara is having a serious effect. Now they're going from ministry to ministry, from agency to agency, and the people saying that things prices are going up even higher. Government official getting more salary that was left there by CDC for 9 months. This change, we are not seeing it. Look what, if you follow Spoon this morning, Nelson Colette, look what the market women are saying. This is real people. So I will give you 30 seconds to talk to me, Abba.
Thank you. You remember when Mr. Cummings said he would eat last? He let other people eat first, then he would eat last. People took it literally like corruption. No, he was talking about what real leaders do. They provide for the people first. They try to facilitate and make a difference before they try to take for themselves. Okay. So in terms of creating provisions in the economy for people, the people coming to power today, I don't think that is the primary focus for many of them. If we were to just focus on Liberian people, how can we have immediate impact in the lives of our people rather than get the cars or get any of the other amenities, the per diem you were talking about the other day, to travel with the president and stuff? Let's just get down in the gutter, in the trenches, and do the people work and focus on doing the people work. It will be a big difference because the people will see the effort. Liberian people are not stupid. They will see the effort. But if your thing is to just get the big shot amenities, to get a $15,000 salary, or to get a car or stuff, then that problem for the people.
Thank you, Abba. So, guys, we'll make this our last round because we have to go. Asa will come to you first. Then we'll go to Dr. Booker. We'll come to Vendetta Patrick, and the rest of us are going to do our closing.
So, why you leaving me? You coming to me?
Okay, let Asa go ahead first, please. Asa, please.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if anyone processed anything as I was saying. You know, just saying things I was trying to follow what you already say. I don't know, but I hope you understood what you just said. I don't know if you understand it. So, if a student fails in a class, they will come and complain, say, "Oh, the teacher get hard note," but the same class got over 60 students and 50 or 9 of them passed. Only one student failed, but they say the teacher gave hard notes. It should tell you something. Where you come because you know nothing, you complain, you give excuses. That's not the way to run government. You can lie to win election. You cannot lie to govern. Let me read a passage in the budget that President Baka signed. When you were campaigning, you lied, say, "Oh, some to support the economy." When you were governing, the real truth is in the budget. It says, due to strong economic performance in 2023, economic growth is projected in 2024 to be 5.3%. President Baka signed this. I didn't wait here, no. President Baka, he signed this. You know, in a campaign when you were lying, you said Senator support the economy. Then when you can't govern now, you sign the real truth that there. Some of people, you can twist the thing anyhow. President Baka said, due to 2023, strong performance, 2024 is projected to grow. That's why he said, "Oh, that me." So let's go to the last point here I want to make. Sister Jackie, one of my favorite people, you said over or outside of the budget expenditure makes CDC to lose the election. Okay, Mama, we agree. That's why we're asking if we ready on Earth or on Mercury. Mama, let me tell you, in 8 months, President Baka government spent outside of the budget 100,000 on credit card for President Baka. When he go to Burger King, he was swapping. Y'all give me 3 burgers, y'all give me 4. He swapped. His son go to Dubai, his son carry 8. He swapped. 100,000 outside of the budget. Let me tell you again. President Baka spent 1.123 million to buy bulletproof outside the budget. And let me tell you this one that is sweet. They spent 2.3 million on explained miscellaneous expenses. I mean, are you concerned at all? Do you really want to bring the argument about off budget? You want to bring the argument about the economy? I just read, please go to the national budget 2024, the one that President Baga signed. Don't go to the one that he didn't sign. You will see it. He agreed that 2023 have very good economic performances. So 2024 is projected to claim the ladder, my people. You can lie to win an election. You cannot lie to govern a country. I'm sorry.
We thank you, Asido, and thanks for being very patient to listen to Asido, guys. I'm gonna bring it that to both play. There's a huge argument on both sides you can make, but we that remain independent will give the people the truth. We can confirm it's right there. It's in the budget that we posted. 2.3 million on explain, and this government have to explain, and the rest of it, the story. I can now announce that I spoke to someone within the President Baka camp. The person category listen to this. The president have nothing of a credit card that carry $100,000. I can announce this because we investigated this, and I asked the question, Dr. Pople, if that is true, why is it on the off-budget spend to the lawmakers? Who have this? This is Stanton. You run one of the biggest programs in the country, you and your team. We are saying the president, Joseph Yiman Barker of Liberia, has no credit card that have 100,000 on it. What is it to you, Dr. Pople and the team? Please include this in your closing, Dr. Pople.
You may include what, the credit card thing?
Yeah, this thing I just announced, because this is, I don't want to call this individual name, but let me say this again. I will keep him to bring this up on Monday. This says, and this is the person that right there with Joseph Yeman back at the president. The person said, we do not, President Joseph Yeman Barker have no credit card of $100,000 on it from the government. And I was shocked.
Okay, well, that's good to know. You know, the president, all of the president expenses are cared for by the state. So, however they decide to do so, you know, it's the prerogative of the government. But it's good to know it doesn't have $100,000 credit card. But I want to put things in perspective. Two things I just want to say in closing. First, I think we have been unfair to the Liberian people over the years. We're very cavalier when we talk about the economy. We say economic growth. The epicenter of economic growth is job creation. And if almost all your jobs are in the public sector, we know what happens here. You just send your friends there after the election. So productivity is low. When you put more people into the same space, okay, working with the same capital, production actually drops. So you send 10 people here, you send 100 people at LEC, that's not what we call that. We call quasi jobs. Point to the private sector and tell me where you get a job. It is economic growth. It's overstated, and we do an injustice to the people because we don't explain it. During the WEA government, I inquired about the unemployment rate, which is the second most significant measure, okay, of the health of a nation. And they were trying to bluff. They said, go on the labor ministry website when there's nothing there. I called the labor ministry. I said, do you have any statistic on unemployment rate or job creation? Nothing. So let's stop fooling people. But let me just close with this perspective. Sam Twer, again, like I said, was very important, strategic in the past government and to the economy, to the nation. The inauguration was in January. He had something to say. You don't say in February. You don't say in March. You don't say in April. You come and talk now after the people indicted you. Those who play basketball, they will tell you that the best form of defense is offense. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You sure not fooling all the people all the time. Because he has significant things to say. that could contribute to the national conversation and development, you should have been saying it. You went on to the people, say, we want you for this. And now you come, so you're distracting from the legal thing, but I want to talk. Again, he's free to talk. He's a citizen, a smart man. Talk all you talk. Just be ready to talk when it's time for the legal thing that the government has against you. Look, let's focus on the main thing. We got work to do here. This juxtaposition, y'all did it, we doing it. We don't care for that. We're here now. All of us, Judicial, UPS, everybody independent, we need to come together and solve problems today. Yesterday is gone. Today is what we have, and tomorrow is not promised. So we look ahead and we see what happens.
Dr. Bobler, the Reverend Bobler, we appreciate you as always on the Spoon Talk, sir. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time tonight. Let me come to Vandella Patrick. Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. You're allowed.
So, you see, in this country, we are very dishonest. Some of us are very, very dishonest. And I think it's a shame, it's an embarrassment for a country that was plunged into a bloody civil war based on corruption, nepotism, tribalism. And we as intellectuals, wanting to put this country in the right trajectory, we will not speak with confidence and sincerity in our minds, rather to shift blames. And when people project this kind of argument, they say, oh, the men are putting this. As I close tonight, and I'm very unapologetic about this, the mess we see in this country right now is being created by the rescue missionaries, and some of them, like I said before, they have stolen the true rescue agenda and transmitted it into what I describe as a rascal agenda. This is something that many of you who supported JMB don't want to listen to that. When this government came to power, the first thing we wanted JMB to do, to put his feet on the ground, to send a caveat, like he always said, business will not be unusual. But this president, look at what happened. Just yesterday, we were talking about DSA. People took money. They did not go to UN General Assembly. They sat down, the Santa Claus and Mickey Mouse. Nobody cares to talk about that. LTA, whooping salary disparity, they said they mailed it there. But that was the same reason that you came to power, because you criticized the previous regime for spending millions on salaries while the vast majority of the people were suffering. You mail it there, we'll talk about that. President Walker approved $13.2 million for lawmakers without raising a question. Right now, every representative will receive 100,000 United States dollars to carry on individual projects. Senators will receive $150,000 in the period of 6 years. Do you know how many of these guys will generate? In the past, it was just 30,000 under George Weah. And this is why you don't want to agree. When you come to rescue, we expected that the 30,000 they were receiving in the past would be reduced to 10,000. But 30,000, even down the long haul problem with us. We say, well, you have to hold our money. Only 30,000. But under this regime, lawmaker is receiving now, they call it legislative projects, 100,000 for representative, $150,000 for senators. That come to Ministry of Commerce. How can we dress more in the country that we claim to love? Minister of Commerce is buying a vehicle for $96,000 and riding it on a dirty road, dilapidated road, and people are not talking about that. Then you want to prosecute someone eating these people. Hey, this is the contention of what I'm saying. Nobody is saying Samuel Tue, innocent, in as much he's indicted. He has his freedom of expression to go anywhere and talk. He will be held liable. But one thing we need to understand is clear. He came down, he went to the court, he secured a bond. As a law-abiding citizen, he needs to be appreciated for that. In the past, some people ran away, they did not come back. And I'm not too sure whether they will come back. But again, Make no mistake, we don't want any excuse from the rescue missionaries. They came to rescue us. When you come to rescue, you don't leave anybody behind. There's no pick and choose. So if you are going after certain individuals to persecute them, and they are developing that audacity to come back in the country to say, I will face the law. What more about the killings that we just pointed out? LTA, money disappear. Moda, what is happening? Is the president not in the position to have these people indicted? And we come here and we say these people were, let me say, make no mistake. These were the same things we were saying. It too soon until George Weah became a one-term president. For some of us, we love this country, we have nowhere to be. We're in the US, we came back to live here. So when things are going wrong, not because you supported UP-led government and they come to power, you want to shift blame, the man should not this, the man should not. Like I said, let me repeat, let me be on record. To see a former minister of finance speaking with such audacity, boldness, it speaks volume that this government has messed up. If you hear me talking that this mission has been changed to a rascal mission, this is what you get. If President Weah, or President Walker was strong enough, grabbing some of his public officials, look at the Minister of Public Works, $22 million disappear. He came to legislature. He said, oh, I apologize and this and that. You supposed to grab some of these. Look at Minister Gillespie. In less than 6 months, NASCO was asked to produce certain money to buy luxurious cars. When JFK does not have CT scan, when JFK, the Jackson Fiado Hospital does not have MRI. But this president appropriated $13.2 million without raising a question for lawmakers. So as I conclude tonight, look, hey, in as much as we criticize previous officials of government that are indicted, we must be cognizant of the fact that they have subjected themselves to the law, and everybody should appreciate the fact that they came to face justice. But talking about whatever they say, hey, I was indicted before, I went to court while the case was pending, I was speaking to the media. That is their constitutional responsibility. So people should not come here and can't talk about, you only talking about pirating. What about those rogues, those thieves under the rescue mission that have been transitioned into a rascal agenda? Yo, come on, man.
Thank you very much, Patrick Vendetta. We said thank you a lot. I'm going to bring in Conor Gray to do his closing. I'm going to bring in Asif Va. Then our sisters will take us home on this note. Conor Gray, you go ahead.
Well, my brother Stanton, thank you so much for affording me the ability to be on the set tonight, my man. It seems as though the more we talk, the more the government is annoyed at us because we are doing the talking and exposure. But then it will make the likes of Samuel Jackson to look good because they've told us earlier that nothing can come out of all of this that is happening. And I hate to think the latter is the truth. I still believe we have a cardinal role to play, and we're playing it well. Well, let me say this. For a government that barely went to the mansion to work, they work from a jolly place called, a Jamaica resort. How can we still, in this day and age, in the face of this modernity, we still comparing ourselves with our ex-regime that did nothing for Liberia but to plunge us in beyond the wall? Matter of fact, where they placed us beyond what the gains we made when we came back from the war. For us to be comparing ourselves to those people is because we're still in search of that leadership that people can say, yes, my life is different today. But let's not forget, up to 4 years later here in the United States, as strong as this economy is, people think that the predecessor did well. But because sometimes it takes up to that amount of time to recover and uncover from the damage left behind by predecessor. Mr. Weir's damage is far beyond what you can ever imagine. And the more you attempt to go forward, the more you will uncover certain things that will bring you back. But that is not to suggest that I'm making excuses for Mr. Boakai. I think there are certain loopholes that he needs to close, and I need to still see him as the leader of Liberia. I don't know if I'm feeling that till date. And let me say, either our law enforcement in the realm of the justice ministry is just weak, they're not able to prosecute anything, or probably the president just does not have the willpower to, to accept some of the findings that people are coming with. So there will be folks that will stand up to the veracity of things and challenge the government because they know they're not going to go anywhere. If Magay is projected to walk free, so would be Samuel Toya. Why would I be on the run when I know nobody is chasing after me? And I think we need to stand up. Sorry to say that if we continue at this pace, 6 years will come by and nobody will really say what was done in the last 6 years. We have to do something. This is not to enrich or self-enrich certain people who were broke before this government took power. We have to be able to set down our feet and help the people out of their poverty and make Liberia a great nation. Thank you.
I do appreciate you, Colonel Great. Thank you very much for joining the show tonight. Thanks. Abba, yes, you want to go first because you already.
Yeah,
go ahead.
because
Go
it's
ahead.
getting tough.
Yeah, I beg you, please go ahead. And again, I don't know. We wish you well. We hope you are very, very safe.
And actually, I just received a message on my phone. Curfew is in effect from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So we can't even leave if we want to go out. Leave at our homes if we want to go out. So, okay. Let me say this. The people voted George Weah out because they're looking for a mandate of accountability by its government. Yes, we have the UP-led government into power now, but we must continue to push the message of accountability no matter what, and make sure that this government is held accountable and that it also holds the past government accountable. Having said that, people are putting a spin on the fact that a rate of arrests an arrest warrant was issued against Sam Toer. People are complaining and people are praising Sam Toer. No, Sam Toer ran away. He was a fugitive. He broke the law. When that writ was issued, he should have immediately shown up to face the law. So why are we praising him? We shouldn't be praising him. He did wrong, and he knows that he did wrong. Let him go. In fact, there should be a gag order on Sam Toer because he's talking and talking and talking and trying to influence the public opinion against him. But that's okay. Let him keep on talking because he will take himself and put his own foot in his own mouth the more he talk. He remains one of the worst, and this is a fact, finance minister, if not in modern history, if not throughout Liberia. This man performed poorly. He brought this because of Sam Toer, his lack of respect when it comes to the rule of law, even the PFM law that's guided under the finance ministry, he broke it over and over again to the point where the Liberian people, our poverty rate went up. The hungry rate went up. Look, man, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. We should be calling on Sam Toer to do the right thing by the Liberian people now, even as former finance minister. All this talking and talking, he's out there and we want to praise Sam Toer for what? He took the healthcare workers, the 60 plus civil servants, and sent them back into abject poverty. The Liberian people, because we got trickle down economics. So if somebody is employed by the government, that one employee or one staff member by the government is able to feed at least two other homes. Sam Toer destroyed the Liberian people. Let's face reality. He destroyed the Liberian people. He advocated for this harmonization that helped to destroy the lives of the Liberian people. We have people who died mysteriously because of the bad governance and the criminal behavior under the George Weah government. We want to turn around and praise George Weah. Wrong is wrong. What we should be doing is to be calling on this government to continue to push for accountability, regardless of who, whether they were under the previous government or under this government, but not to be praising these people and say, oh, yes, he did this, and now he's coming up. No, wrong is wrong. Let Sam Tua go face the law. Let Nathaniel McGill and anybody else, whether they're in this government or in the past government, let them go face the Liberian people and correct the wrong so the Liberian people lives can be better this time around. And I want to trust, look, people may talk about President Boyka. He's not as, he doesn't talk, he's not a fast talker and what have you. He takes his time to make decisions. And we know that. And the reason he does that, he tries to look at things from 360 perspective, try to evaluate stuff, analyze stuff. Yeah, sometimes we want him to move faster than what he is moving, and we wish he will, and I know he will. But in the end, the right thing will be done. Isaac, don't talk about the budget. The budget year has not ended yet. It's going to end December. When we look at the budget performance report, probably the first quarter of next year, then now we can come back to the table and say, oh, was that real off budget spending? Was that this? Was this violated? Let's look at the budget performance report after this fiscal year and do the evaluation and analysis. But for now, I'm not going to talk too much about the budget until the annual budget performance report takes place next first quarter of next year, which is somewhere around March.
But they want to pull out. You don't want to talk about it.
Well, I mean, let me be frank. I have not gone through total evaluation of the budget, the recast budget. I have not gone through it. So it's because of that. Right now, at this time, I will not speak too much. Next time I come on the show, I will be more than happy to talk more about it and my thoughts regarding the budget. I'm hearing it, I see it, but I'm not sure the reasoning behind certain things that are taking place. But regardless of that, you have Kafwan, who we all have every confidence in. He served as foreign minister, finance minister. He's going to do well. His predecessor, Boyman Kamara, was also a well-seasoned finance minister. And there's no way, nobody who wants to be fair can compare Sam Tua to those two finance ministers, because there is absolutely no comparison, because Sam Tua is just all talk and nothing behind his talk.
Why are you laughing small when you talking about certain things? You get some smirk on your chin. But let me go to Ava too and leave you alone. We wish you well, Jackie, and please talk to us again. Keep us informed as to your work.
Jackie, the people eating on time now, right?
My man, the storm that you created, the tsunami, the earthquake, the hurricane. What? No, wait. No. I'm about to go off, but let me respond to Isaac Dosmo. The tsunami, the earthquake, the hurricane, the wind, the fire that your government created over the last 6 years. You think a small storm you created? Right now, hurricane Harris that I'm feeling. The hurricane is gone, but I'm still feeling the after effect of it. I'm in darkness. It takes time. And in the end, Joe Boyka will definitely rescue the Liberian people. And you better say, hello, I said, man, you got me weak. I see you. Yeah, bye. And thank you for everybody concerned. We'll be okay. I don't have food tonight, but I'm okay.
You said someone should face justice.
We're not closing. We're not closing. Isaac already closed.
Good night.
Jackie, thank you very much. Thank you, Jackie.
Bye.
Hey, Glendy.
Abba, have you closed? No, right? No, go ahead, Abba.
Well, the case for Samuel Tua is in the court. Samuel Tua cannot prosecute the court in the public opinion. He cannot use an analogy or whoever messing up in this government to plead his case. His case is determined by actions that he is being accused of directly, that he either instructed or that he either committed. So there's no if, and, or but about his own case. You go to the court, we already claiming we are a nation of laws. So if the man go to the court and the court clears him, fine. The same way I supported his right to have a lawyer represent him, that he didn't have to get arrested when he landed because the lawyer is his representation and went to the court and got stuff. If the court find him innocent, we accept the court and judgment. We don't have a choice. But we know that the evidence is there, and we leave the government prosecutors to prosecute the case. So anything Samuel talking in the public space, any kind of analogy he draws in terms of what he did versus what they did, or whether it's the same thing, that's up to maybe this government to later audit, indict, prosecute whoever within them, or the next government that will come after them. But Samuel Toya is not going to prosecute this government while he's trying to prosecute a case. It's just not feasible. It's just not reality. A case standing alone by itself. So I'm not worried about the Samuel Toya thing. I'm more worried about the fact that the agriculture budget, this recast budget, took $2 million away from the meager $3.7 million they had. So we say we're trying to move towards full security. And yes, we get significant funding from these different work and projects that we take loan for and that we have to pay. But the ministry still has to operate. The ministry has its own programs. So I don't know what the mindset was. I would love for us to get some kind of senator on here, whether we've done it or not, to really explain each of these cuts, especially at critical ministries, where they just reduce that money for salary, for operation for these ministries. So how do they expect them to function? And that for them to buy a car or for them to do whatever else? So we really got to delve into this thing. To me, the recast budget is a little twisted. We should really understand where revenue is coming from, what has been collected so far, what's left to be collected. And then we're going to be able to say, yes, it's justified to cut this budget. But in the absence of that, I don't know what's the logic for what the recast budget has done, and he has been approved already. It's sickening.
Thank you very much, Ava. It's good to have you. Thanks. Glennie?
So I find it comical when someone says the fact that Samuel Toya returned to the country, people should be applauding him. I don't understand that perspective. I don't think anyone should applaud anyone who follows the law. If you follow the law, you follow. No one should be giving anyone special treatment, because when Samuel Toya was initially supposed to report to court, he did not. And there were negotiations made for him to come back. And now that he has shown up, nobody's going to praise him. That doesn't make sense to me. When the Liberian people rejected President Weah, Samuel Toya was the first person on that list that they rejected. So whether he has come back and he has started talking, it's not going to mean anything. I think Samuel Toya, I think he appreciates the dialogue right now because his name is trending. People talking about him. This is what he likes. To stand in a group like Alpha and speak a bunch of gibberish and think that people will be succumb to what he has to say. No. The Liberian people who mean well for the country and who wants a better Liberia will not listen to someone who helped to defraud the Liberian economy. No one is going to listen to Samuel Toya. And it's kind of sad that we should even be talking about someone like Doc said, who is someone said, who is also a sectioned former government employee, that we think that he's credible now, that we should listen to Samuel Toya and everybody's singing his name. Yes, if he means well, he will go on different other platforms to talk about the things he want to talk about. He will not go and stand under the sycamore tree to talk. There's a reason why, because these people that he said to talk with, these are the people that they have continued to fool for many years. And he's coming back and doing the same thing, but I hope that they will be smart so that they cannot be fooled or cajoled into all of these things that he's going to say again. So me, unless we come on Spoon and Spoon plays Samuel Toya, I will not even take my $45 a month cable bill to listen to him. I will not play him. What he has to say it will not add anything to my life or subtract. We will wait to hear what the court has to say. Let him go defend himself in the court of laws in Liberia. That's all I have to say, but it was a great show. Thank you to everybody for watching. It was good being on here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson, please.
So I have to begin by telling the public and our listeners and viewers that I'm not impressed by people who just talk free, people who just talk gibberish. I'm more impressed by people who talk and do, or people who engage in evidence production when they are having conversations with me. So, well, somebody to tell me and kind of say, "Oh, the person can talk, I should be happy about that." I'm not impressed by that. My second concern about this matter that we're talking about is Samuel Tuer was charged with fraud, economic sabotage, and conspiracy. That's the most recent, to name a few indictments, allegations that I saw. It is incumbent upon him, if he wants to talk, go to the court. Okay, answer to the people. Why are they? Why? I'm sure there's a whole rap sheet on why they thought you engaged in fraud. They will probably ask you about the $37 million HPX deal that was misappropriated. They will probably ask you about the NPA money that you brought letter from the international community and said it supported you. They will probably ask you about the harmonization that it is, from what I understand from you guys said that IMF or the international community made you guys harmonize the paycheck in order to save our economy. They'll ask you all of those things. Go and defend yourself there. Even though you have the right to talk whatever you want to talk to your partisans, I respect that. I have no problem with that. But my joy would be for you to defend yourself in court. Um, you know, Samuel Tuer also can say stuff. Somebody said, I think it was Color Gray, who said he can just talk free, because we have the judicial system, a weak judicial system. Our judicial system is not strong. I think the last time we had this conversation, I talked about us getting international support, getting forensic specialists, getting people who can help us order these timeline of events. So some of these guys will not go free. They will not just come and say, "Oh, I know the country. I can just talk and I can go free," which they have done before. So we need a change in the way that we think. I also want to state that, many of you know that I didn't vote for Joseph Boakai, President Joseph Boakai. But it does not mean that I'm going to rejoice when his government failed. No, I will not do that. I will criticize him. I will tell him what I believe his missteps are. Because if I rejoice, I'm rejoicing for the failure of Liberian people. Okay? So I believe that if Samuel Tuer can come here, or anybody can say, "Oh, because I went to go live in a house, I didn't pay the rent, they kicked me out. So then somebody go live in the house, the person didn't pay the rent, they kick the person out. So then the same, when they take me to court, I can use the justification that, oh, the man want to live in his house, he didn't pay rent, so I shouldn't be held liable for my own rent." Does it make sense to anybody? Somebody make it make sense to me. No, it doesn't make sense to me at all. So for Liberian people, y'all keep your eyes and ears open. Government will come, government will go. The question is, how are they improving your life? All right. It may not be perfect, and don't give up. Okay. Don't say, "Oh, they don't use the argument," because that's what Samuel Tuer and the likes of him want to do. They say, "Oh, nothing happening, nothing changing for you. We did better. If we were bad, then we would have changed things around." No, stand up, continue. We'll fight this thing until we have good governance in our country. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right. We want to say thanks a lot, Glennie. It's good to have
The
Dr.
ox
Richardson,
still
Dr.
done now. The ox still done. The ox
Yeah,
still
it's
done.
not everybody, man. I just controlling these dogs. Everything is done. Good to have you back, guys. I want to say to everybody again, don't forget, join us tomorrow. Abdullah Ketema, Stanton Witherspoon will be here with Akaris Mosigre, the former representative of District Number 8. We're going to talk more about this Samuel Tuer come back, and again, we're going to talk about national issue alongside with Kep Hassan. We also want to say to every one of you, don't forget Monday, we got a lot of information coming your way, folks. It is important. I needed to just clarify the information ministry story. I got the full information. There was nothing done. I saw as a post, and I really wanted to clarify that. Yes, indeed, Jeremy took control of the situation, and he properly explained, and he will explain actually what went down. It's nothing big, okay? You know, I also want to say, I said, do also talk about transport ministry. Again, let me say, I'm trying to close real quick. I've already got to go. Well, I was able to speak to the transport minister again. I will update you. When we see fire, we speak about fire. We speak about issue. You know, I don't hide anything from you. All right. Once the minister take control of situation, I was springing up, and again, they clarify the situation. We can discuss that on Monday. I'm not holding back. We will ask it though. I'm not saying you lied to the nation, but you said that.
I just wanted to put in something clearly, quickly.
But I have to go. We have to go. You can go back on Facebook page and send your post. I really want to say, because we press with time, may God bless you. May God keep you. You'll be back in the country this week. We are now holding on to person. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
but
sir.
CEO, let a man have a closing comment. Everybody close.
Yeah, I didn't even close because
close. No, I said don't close. I said they
close. No, he did not. He did not. He did not.
Close. Okay,
Today, right? Today. I will say no.
After he spoke,
I noticed something.
After he closed, Mandela spoke.
New haircut.
We were talking about
people
Patrick. It's always good having you. Have a good night, Federa Patrick. I said, don't have a good night. You close. You'll not do that thing. Dr. Richardson, it's good seeing you. Have a good night. My own brother, Avatar, it's always good to see you, man. Have a good night. The guys don't want to hold us here with I'm close and you close. I'm close and you close. The man close. How many times he won't close? Come on, man. Folks. Nelson Colette came back with a muscle and shirt. You know very well that he had a BJ shirt on. I laugh at him. Now you would never ever see that BJ shirt on Nelson again. You would never see that BJ shirt on Nelson again. Nelson, it's good to see you, man.
I know you stay DV all year, so yeah, we.
It's good to see you, Nelson. As always, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, sir.
Well, I mean, what's cooking today, though? What's happening from your end today? I mean, who you got?
Oh, well, tonight is gonna be just discussion. We will have some guests by next week, but tonight it's just gonna be with the panelists, some conversation on national issues. Yeah.
Okay, it's a great way. I don't know what I just say hanging around though. You want to hear him?
Hey, and you're talking in the background.
I don't know who you're talking to. Seriously. That's what you say. We bring you back real quick. What you say? We're not hearing you.
Well, I said you try to protect your people from being eaten up by an elephant, so that's okay. I know many other
people are not protecting
you, but Nelson, I really want to appreciate you for actually going to the people. You actually went to the people that matter. You know, when we said on the show, most of the people here, not me now, most of them get 4 PhDs, 60 PhDs, so they know all of the book. They don't really know what is going on in the country, so they just come and talk that. You know, when you're reading Reader book, they say the whole F gases of flower, you can enjoy yourself. That's why they come to sit on it. But listen, you went and you spoke to the people today. I was listening to you, and I'm like, you know what? Are these people lost from the realities of the country? Right. Not a single person could come and tell you, you know what? I was doing worse last year and I'm doing better today. Not a single person could tell you, oh, you know what? This price was $20 last year. It is $15 this year. Everything seems to be going worse. And listen, this is not me. You work for Spoon. You were there representing Spoon. You listen to the people. Unless you want to say all of them hate Joseph Boakai or all of them hate the rescue mission. But
no, but I think I think very few people said some things. A few people were hopeful that things would get better. A few of them said yes, the business is good, but again, there were so many of them who complained about the economic situation in the country. Yeah, so yes, it's always a divided opinion, and whenever we get
this
out,
one is not divided. This one is not divided.
Also,
had
I will
80%.
talk to the people.
But I listen to you. I listen to you 1 hour, 60 minutes. 80% of the people say bad. About 10, 15% say they are hopeful. Hopeful does not mean it's better. They are hoping it will get better. And the other 5% say, you know what, okay, things going on. So it is not divided. This is not divided, brother. I listen to you.
So like, you come back on, man. I gotta go. Nelson, thank you.
1
This
hour,
guy,
60 minutes.
but come back on Nelson show now. On Nelson show.
Well,
You welcome to
well, what was our sister saying? That Senator should come and face
it. Man,
justice?
bye,
Well, where is Senator? Is he in Liberia now? Our people can make me laugh sometimes. Nelson, thank you for the show. And thank you for today. You did a great thing talking to the people, my brother. Liberia is not doing better. I really hope our country takes a U-turn, but as of now, no, the country is not okay. That's the real truth.
Yeah, we'll always talk to the people, and as always, we try to bring the happenings. And thank you for following as well. We appreciate you. Yeah. Well, folks, this is how we want to end up tonight. Thanks to all of you for following this edition of the program. Spoon Talk has been here. As always, we've been live across Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. Many thanks to our listeners across Radio Lane, all of you who have been following us on the different frequencies across the country. We appreciate you for your contribution. We appreciate you for following. Thanks to our partner radio stations across the country that will always relay Spoon Talk. Thanks to Trust FM in Abomey County. Thanks to Premier FM in Bon County. Thanks to Radio Yalaman in Seclipie, Nimba County. And thanks to Gibi FM in Kakata, Margibi County as well. All of those stations have been relaying the program here tonight. Thanks to the radio stations across the country that will sometimes relay the program, even without telling us. We appreciate you for being a part of this journey to ensure that Liberians are informed every single day, making your contribution. So, folks, this is how we want to end up tonight. Thanks to our audience, Martha Campbell, Kwame Love Gray, Emilia Curtis, B. Topa Matthews. I see Petman, Emmanuel Samukai, Mo Jenen, Ruth Goba, my Ruth, thanks for following tonight. James Brown, Paul Segwe, Philip Bala, Mr. Bala, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks to everyone for joining in. Ellen Kerr, Van that's Dipe, thanks for being here tonight as well. Nathaniel K. Hill, we appreciate all of you for always coming on and being a part of Spoon Talk. Spoon Talk will be back on the radio on Monday. We're now taking the regular weekend break for Spoon Talk. So the next time you hear the program is going to be on Monday. But yeah, you can join us tomorrow, one-on-one with the CEO and Abdullah Katamba. Will be on. It's going to be another great edition of the program. You can make up time to join us. It's going to be tomorrow, Sunday, one-on-one with the CEO and Abdullah Katamba. You can make up time to follow the show as well. The late night show, Late Night Politics on Spoon, comes up shortly. And in about less than 5 minutes from now, the late night show will be on. And we will appreciate if you can come back to join us tonight on the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Many thanks to everyone. Today is the birthday of the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Mr. Mohammed Ali. I want to say happy birthday to you as you celebrate your natal day today. Mr. Mo Ali, happy birthday to you, the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, as you celebrate your natal day today. And to all of you out there, thanks for being a part of the show tonight. We look forward to being here tomorrow with another great show that's going to be one-on-one with the CEO. Until then, have a good night and bye-bye for now. I already thought to get the MD photo up, but I'm not getting anyone here now. But thanks for being here tonight with us. Have a good night and bye-bye for now.